Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Collector's Table Live. I think this is episode 49. 49.
41 more of that, 50.
Not that the episodes matter. I was just counting them, I guess. But how you guys doing today? Shane, how you doing, man?
Good. I was just in the backyard before this with the dog, so I'm feeling pretty good. And yeah, looking forward to a good show. Happy my man Crippler could wake up a little early before supper time and join us.
Yeah, my man Crip.
Man, y'all got that.
Go ahead, Crip.
Y'all got that morning wood Crip right now. I just rolled out of the bed.
I know. I was surprised when Shane was like, "Hey, Crippler's coming on the show." I was like, "He's awake."
I'm trying to wake up too. The only thing I got to do was brush my teeth, and I was like, "Okay, that's enough for right now. I'll pause everything until after the show because right now I'm hanging out with Adam, K-Fat, and Shane. And it's gonna be glorious."
Yeah, you've been on the show pretty much since the start too, man. Like coming on, as a guest on the show every now and then. So it's always nice to have you on, man. Nice to see you again. K-Fat, my man. What's going on, man?
Not much. Since Crippler's on, I've got to let him know he's inspired me and brought a lot of fear in my life. Because of your last episode, you talked about how you went to the dentist, and I go, damn, I haven't been to the dentist since like 2020 either. So I went ahead, I scheduled my appointment in 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh man, are they gonna go through and like grade me on each tooth? Here we go.
Let me tell you what they do at the dentist's office. They try to upsell you on shit all the time. They're like, yeah, you need this. You came in for a regular cleaning, but you actually need like a deeper cleaning to get your gums.
Yeah,
it's only going to cost like $485 more, but don't even worry about it. We'll your insurance will cover it, or if not, it's actually $590.
If not, you look like you could pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I tell you, I had a little ex-torturer who was in my tooth right now. She was
actually, I talked to Dr. Mike the one time. We had him on the show. I was like, hey, I don't know if you guys remember. I was like, hey, man, do they try to upsell us on stuff? He was like, absolutely, yeah, like 100%.
Everyone does, man. It's a business. Everyone's trying to fucking money.
I should have been a dentist.
Oh man,
no doubt, right?
They killed the game. Apparently, I watched Dr. Mike. I'm like, shit. I could have had statues coming in like every other day.
And you know that job is super easy. Anybody could do it. So we should have just.
Oh yeah.
They give that shit to anyone.
Totally real your mouth.
Just open your mouth and stick stuff in it. Oh, that didn't sound.
My uncle in Berlin owns a dental practice, and he does quite well for himself. So yeah, dentistry is the way to go.
God, man, I should have been a dentist. I swear to God, I'll go back in time, man, and be a dentist. But anyway, K-Fit, what else, man? You make any statues this weekend? You make like 4 or 5 statues or what?
I'm so close to finishing on the B-Wings. I got 3 of them in production right now. I'll be done with those things. So you'll see some photos right about May 4th. So I'm shooting for next week to unveil the finished product. So excited.
Yeah,
I hate all of you talented ass people, man. I wish I could do a fraction of what some of you guys do. As far as like from scratch, I need this. I am gonna get a vision for it. You do that very well. Your vision does that very well. It's just sort of like
I legitimately have a hard time. I'm not even fucking around. I have a legitimate hard time cutting a straight line on a piece of paper. Like I look at this other shit and I'm like, there's no way.
Dude, when digital tools became available, that's why I'm successful. Because if it wasn't for like manually trying to make a straight line, like you're saying, I was the worst in art class.
That big, I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
And then I was, so what? Look at this editor. Look at this tool that I got here and did a better straight line than you could ever do without even having talent. What?
Bro, I can't even draw a circle right. I can't even draw a circle. Maybe a stick figure. I cannot fuck up. And my wife is like the total opposite. She can draw like realistic cartoons. She's really good at drawing. She's a great artist, but
that's amazing.
Not me. I don't even know what other. Like, what am I good at?
You good at whatever you do for a living.
Yeah.
Because you're able.
All right. Anyways,
you know, while we're talking about what the fuck are the odds? Just the man I was about to talk about. I was going to say, do you know who's actually really talented and really good at drawing? Rashid.
I seen some.
That guy's got a lot of fucking talent, man. Like a lot. He showed me his work. Really impressive.
My bad. Here, Rashid. Yeah, I did, man. I'm sorry. I'm like the worst at texting sometimes, but I did get it. Actually, I didn't even check the account, but I'll double check it. I'll double check that. If you should, yeah, we'll be fine. Not bad.
He's a pretty good artist.
Yeah, really good.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw Rashid. He drew something and put it on Facebook before. I couldn't remember what it was. It was a while back, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But let's say what's up to the guys in the chat real quick, and we'll see who's joining us. Jonas, my man, another great statue talk with the fellas from down under. My man, nice to see you again. Nice guy. Morning. Hope everyone is having a nice weekend. You too, nice guy. Nice to always see you. Let's see. K-Fed saying what's up in the chat. Mr. Kennedy. Always
My
nice.
man AK.
Yeah.
AK.
Hey!
Ledge.
Ledge. Hey, guys. How's it
Ledge?
going?
What
Nice
a
to
gem.
see you, Ledge. Let's see who else we got in here. Shane saying what up. Donald. Donald, what's up, everyone? How you doing? John Connor, one of my favorite names. Hope everyone's having a good Alien Day. Alien
Is it
Day.
still Alien Day?
It's
Alien
April
Day still?
26th. April 26th, the day that they discovered. Who else we got up in here? Grifter, nice to see you.
Grifter.
Critical Mass, good morning, everybody.
Critical
That's real early for
My
him.
man Mitch, what's going on,
ODB.
Mitch? Jesse Hernandez up in the
Yep.
house. Who else we got? We already said what's up to Jesse Hernandez. Critical. My man Rashid. What's going on, Rashid? And Ro. Is that how you say it? Ro?
Shout out to Ro.
And John Connor. What's John Connor saying? Guys, that can't even draw straight lines.
We can totally.
It's Dennis.
Yeah. They
I
can
mean,
totally trust
machines
me.
do all the work nowadays anyway, really.
Right?
It's- You know, the dental hygienists are the ones who do the bulk of the work.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
dentist
I'll tell
just
you,
comes in
man.
and goes, yeah, that looks fine. Close it up.
Right.
They get rid of computers anytime, and I have to start handwriting again.
You know, I saw Dr. Mike talking about like he was like into this robotics thing, and they were like robotics working on the mouth or something. I was like, this is crazy, bro. This is like,
Yeah, they're coming for all of our jobs.
I got you, Rashid, but hey, I'm not like that, man. Don't come at me like that. I just fucking with you, Rashid.
William Wright, what's going on? Who else we got? I think I got everybody. Let me see. I'm gonna keep going
Good
down.
Vibranium Jim.
Yeah,
Jim?
All right.
yeah.
I love that name.
I know.
That's a cool
actually one
name.
of my favorite ones,
Yeah.
man.
Just rolls off the tongue.
All right, let me set this up real quick. You guys can chat for a second. I'm gonna put up some stuff so we can talk about it. Really,
I got a
quick.
question for you guys while we're waiting for Adam.
Yeah.
What is the number one anticipated PO for the year now? I asked this a few months ago, but now that things changed and you know what might or might not be going up for PO in 2024, is there anything that you're looking forward to or you're hoping will go up for PO realistically in 2024?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I do the show, and then I usually be like, okay, those pictures were good. After seeing that Cammy, I went back and looked at that Cammy like
Nice, eh?
multiple different times, dude.
Nice.
Like, I'm really considering getting all, like, except the one on the left, but getting Cammy and Jury. I think her pose is amazing. I think her face sculpt is amazing. Those lips look really
So
great.
what is it about Cammy that everyone likes? Is it just because she's smoking hot, or is
Well,
she
no,
like?
if you play the
what is-
game, she was one of the first new female characters besides Chung Lee to actually be really, really, really
I
good.
remember her coming in.
Her
She came in
school
around
attacks.
what, four?
Yeah,
Or there.
I don't remember. I just
Alpha or
remember
four or something.
because she was, when she first came out, it wasn't as sexualized as she is right now, but she was just a really, really, really good female character that came out and was like, oh, now Chung Lee got some freaking competition. And so, like, if you were there, then her moveset was amazing. Then her trip ups was amazing. Cancels and her mind games was really good. So people, I think, really gravitated her as a really dope character. And then, some of the lore, the drawings and stuff came out, and that just enhanced it.
Well, yeah, of course. She's a smoking hot
yeah.
blonde.
And
for
for
me, it's
everyone's
actually- she looks
record,
good.
she debuted in 1993.
93.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah,
Super,
see?
Street Fighter 2.
2 Super.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the Wikipedia's lying to me, and it never lies.
It never lies. It's always accurate.
It's facts.
When did Street Fighter Alpha come out? Was that around part 3?
Ooh. Street Fighter Alpha.
It was
Street
like
Fighter.
at or after 3, wasn't it?
It had to be like in the 90s, late 90s, right?
Yeah. That was probably like 94, somewhere around there. Alpha, I thought.
No, it had to be before 92. I want to say.
Is it?
Wait, no, because that was Mortal Kombat and stuff like that.
You know what? There's one way to find out.
The wiki. To the
The
wiki.
wiki.
I just remember it being in arcades.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was in arcades when I was still in high school. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What was I playing? What would the bell would ring and I'll go to the pizzeria. Mortal
Street Fighter
Kombat 2
Alpha. 1999.
99. Okay. 99.
Wow.
That's a
off by
late
year.
one, yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
I was in California at that time. Okay.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on, and then we're gonna talk about. We got a lot of stuff to discuss today, so we're gonna talk about some like shows that actually a show Fallout. I've been watching a little bit of Fallout.
That's next on my list to watch.
We'll
That
get
show.
there. We'll get there. Yeah, because I'm actually pretty excited about that show. And then obviously we're going to touch on Alien Day here for a second. And then we got some art prints we're going to be looking at. We got some Prime, the next level showcase Prime 1 stuff we haven't had a chance to discuss yet. What else are we going to be talking about? Some customs. We just got a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get started. That way we can get to everything if we can. I don't know. We got a lot of pictures today. But 4/26 was Alien Day. I didn't really get a chance to catch up with you guys about it. Been a little busy, but I think this movie came out in 79? Somebody correct me. 76, 79. When Sigourney Weaver made her debut as far as being Ripley. Awesome movie. If you haven't watched it, you're missing out. And there's some alien pieces coming out. I think a new dog alien is coming out from the Prime 1 showcase. We'll talk about that in a second.
79 is when it came out.
Was it 79? Okay, There you go.
The greatest year ever.
LV 426. 420. Yeah, LV 426. I think it was what it was. Unofficial Alien Day. So there you go for all my alien collectors. And then
Adam,
yeah.
How old were you when that came out?
I wasn't born.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh, there goes actually talking about Kevin. There, look, Kevin's right there.
I'm hating it, man. They're sticking the miles in me. This shit keeps me alive.
This is an up-to-date photo of Kevin right here. There you go.
Right?
You look good for being a what is that race of people?
And there goes Shane. There goes Shane right there.
Oh, you got some hair. It's good. I love
Good.
it.
I got some sun and some hair. Nice.
Yeah.
And there goes me, the dog.
There you go. Well, I guess that leaves me right here. I guess
There
I'm a
you
woman
go.
now. So
Hot ass Adam.
You better hope that's not you.
whatever
Captain
I need to do to
you
get the
come.
job done. No, I'm just kidding. But all right. So
Can we just take a minute to acknowledge how fucking old ODB actually is?
Oh,
He was in grade 9 in 79. That's when Kevin and I were born.
He is such a relic, man. We gotta preserve.
You really
The
are
greatness.
the elder.
yeah, I was born in 85. So the
Okay.
first Terminator movie, I think, was 84, right? 84.
83, 84, somewhere around there, I think. Yeah.
First Terminator movie, which wasn't the best. The second one was like the best.
Oh,
one,
hands
in my
down, the
opinion.
second
Hands
one was
down.
the best.
Oh,
Which is
man.
usually the opposite, right? It's usually the other way around. But
So I didn't know this. John Connor says the planetoid with aliens was named LV 426, hence the play on the date 426.
yeah,
So it wasn't actually the date it came out. It was the planet that they're from. That's interesting. I feel like a real alien fan should have known that, Adam.
that was the.
Yeah, I think we got a
I
composer
never
among
claim to
us.
know everything.
I see giant alien statues behind you. I figured you would have known that.
Yeah, they
I don't
just
know.
look cool, man.
There you go.
Are they 1/3?
Anyway, guys, we'll Fallout. If you haven't checked out Fallout yet, it is, in my opinion, probably the best show that's on TV right now, especially if you played any of the Fallout games. It is so iconic with all the little the little Easter eggs they have in the show that you notice. I mean, all the way down to the Pit Boy. It is like
Yep.
spot on.
Hey, Adam, Some would say it's better than the recent games.
You
I
said
would be
what?
one of them.
Some would say it's better than the recent games they've been putting out for
I
Fallout.
know, man. Yeah, the recent games, you know, the best Fallout games, in my opinion, were like the first one was like a classic to me. The
When you say
overhead
first
view.
one, do you say 3 or are you saying like first
No,
one, isometric camera angle?
Yeah, the very, very first one where it was like a
Yes.
tribal dude coming out of the or he came out of the vault. I can't remember.
You just we just created a social link right there. Our bond has been strengthened.
Yeah, it was on computer. I think
Yeah.
the first one was on computer, and you take a couple steps. They still got it. All the Fallouts are basically like that. I think for the most part, except for Fallout 76, which
is the worst game that I've played. In the
which was a dumpster fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But either way, like Fallout still has a really good following. It's a great. Some of their games, Fallout 4 is probably my favorite Fallout game because it had a really good storyline. It basically gave you a really good premise of everything that was going on.
You said 4?
Yeah, Fallout 4 is probably the best one. Yep.
New Vegas is mine.
New Vegas, yeah, New Vegas and
Vegas.
4 are the most popular. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 was really, really good because it was the first time they went into the did a 3D open world with it. So it was really good. They had the VAT system in there. They introduced it. Well, they didn't introduce it, but they
VAT
made it
system,
3D with the VAT system. But New Vegas, where you get the factions, you know, like you had like the different factions you could go through and different choices you can make in there. It was like really, 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 really good.
Yeah. Yeah, the VAT system, I always kept that perception high, man. So
Yeah, exactly, dude. I used to
know what I
like
mean?
laser weapons, just
Hey,
plasma.
let me know in the chat if you guys played Fallout or if you're a fan of Fallout. But yeah, anyway, back to the show. The show is great. I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't watched it, even if you don't know anything about Fallout, I guess it's pretty much, I'll just give you a summary. Pretty much nuclear fallout happens. That's why that's the name Fallout. And the whole world is basically nuking each other. And these people had created these underground vaults so they can survive basically the apocalypse, the end of the world. But not everybody was able to get into these vaults. And then you got vault dwellers that eventually come to the surface. And there's a whole like big storyline, a couple different storylines, whether you're talking about the game or the show. But it's all.
I've got a comment here from a KFEC collector. He says some
nice.
people were more focused on getting laid than playing it, Adam.
You could do
guess
both
so.
sometimes at the same time.
Oh,
yeah.
Crick, you just went to the next level.
You gotta multitask, dude.
Yeah.
Ain't that not a lot of time?
I didn't really mix the two, but I guess yeah, you could do that.
There's a
Adam-
reason they put those hotkeys into play.
There's a whole new meaning of
I got my
hotkeys.
macros set. I'm ready, hon.
Have you guys watched it though? Have you guys watched the show?
I
I
might
wa-
start today. It's like
Yeah.
I said, it's next on my list to start watching.
I think you'll really enjoy. I only watched
I've
the
been
first
catching up on other
episode.
shit.
I'm 3 episodes in and love it.
Yeah. One episode in, really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to get back to it.
It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Like it is like
Oh, the first episode was like, okay, this
Yeah.
is
They're not fucking around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not messing around.
Yeah.
It's crazy because they end up doing this show. The show is so good apparently throughout that everybody's been downloading Fallout 4, like going back and download. It's like one of the most played games on Steam right now, and that game been
really?
out for years. Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like you might not like the game, you might not, but it's crazy how a new show can make people go back and discover like an old game and make it seem like it's a new release because it's selling like crazy now.
That's how you know the
Played
show
like
is
crazy.
good. When everybody goes back, and they just released a remastered, I think, version of it. So
Yeah, it's trash. It broke a lot of mods, but if you're a first time player, it should be a good experience if you got like a clean install and all of that good stuff.
the power armor, I was afraid that they were going to make this look like cheesy, but man, the power armor came out.
That's
Perfect.
great.
I'm hoping they do the Brotherhood of Steel really, really well. And I'm hoping that the Enclave is in it, which is my favorite freaking faction. But I don't know. I'm on the first episode, so I don't know.
I forget this actor's name, but he was perfect to play the ghoul, man. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first freaking quest in Fallout 3 when you get a choice between saving the Gold City or Megaton, whatever
Yeah,
the name of the
Megaton, I think it is.
Yeah. That was like, that's when they first was doing really good choices of like, okay, if you do this, it's gonna affect the storyline in this way. It was like one of the best choices.
I just remember
Really
the
back
first
then.
time I saw Power Armor, I was like,
Yeah,
I need to
that's
get
why I
that.
like the Brotherhood of Steel.
All right,
Justin Johan, what's up?
let's move on. So if you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. Awesome show. Can't speak highly or more of it. Really, it was great. Let me do some shout outs here. So my man Jason just released a new video on the Cave Troll, the quarter scale that's coming out, I think from Prime One Studios. So go check out his video along with Casual Nerd Problems. He had episode 137 covering a couple of different things and actually talking about some stuff we're going to talk about here today, but he's going to give his perspectives. So go check those guys out. And then I want to give some plugs to some people that put some pictures in our Facebook group, starting with Rashid, the Unkillable, which was a very, I think, anticipated statue for Rashid. And it came out good. He was just sharing some pics.
Yeah, speaking of dental, look at that. Jeez, look at that. Look at those
plasma in the brain.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So Rashid, I appreciate you sharing those pics. And that is crazy looking, man. Look how wet that looks. That looks like it's.
Oh man.
That looks like a dental job I would do.
Right.
Did they ever find a way to kill him?
He's unkillable, apparently.
It seems like they tried a lot of ways to kill him. It's just not.
I wish
working.
I could walk back here and see the rest of Rashid's collection. I just want to see what else is back there.
Look at those long boxes. Look at that bob wire or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I wonder, Rashid, is this real metal or is that sculpted? I wonder. And then we got Mr. I think this is Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo showing Rhino. From the Spider-Man villains. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. Good portrait.
Yeah, it's a nice statue. An oldie but a goodie.
Who made this one again? Was it XM?
That's Sideshow.
That one's the Sideshow one? I didn't
Yeah.
even know Sideshow had
Oh,
one.
the XM one is the one where he's standing on the taxi, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Looks cool. It looks like it's got some good size to it.
That's awesome. That's a dope Sideshow piece.
Yeah, the only drawback to this statue is unless you're displaying it up high, he's kind of looking down. So if you display him low, then he's looking low and you can't really see his face. But the statue itself is really nice statue.
Hey, what's up, Dennis Perez? Thanks for joining. Statue Mania. Oh, I forget her name. What's her real name again?
Barbara. Shout out to Barbara.
Barbara, yeah. Nice to see you. I remember looking at her channel back in the day, and I thought it was pretty good.
Me too. I watched her, I think it was Batman Who Laughs review.
She got a lot of X-Men pieces, too, that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
X-Men fan.
Over here, we got Mr. Popo showing some more stuff. This is Blue.
You my boy, Blue.
This looks like it would be really cool to have in person, on a desk. Or I always say on a desk, but just have it somewhere. It just looks like it would be cool. I like dinosaurs. As a kid, I was a huge dinosaur fan. And Jurassic Park, when the first movie came out, I remember watching it in theaters. That iconic music, the theme song came on, and it was a good movie. But the later Jurassic Park movies, not so much. Probably not so much.
Real quick, Adam, I have to say this because I've built PCs and all of that stuff. And if you check out Barbara's DCX video for Friday, she killed it with her PC, with her case, with her lighting, because you know how I have the images and the videos inside the case. She did that shit. It looks crazy.
I remember seeing her room tour or something, but this was a while ago, and I think her and her husband collect, from what I remember. And they made some really nice displays in their house. So yeah, I'll check it out.
So tech heads, PC people, she knows this shit. That was dope.
Yeah, this is cool. You guys I know you're not probably into dinosaurs, but it's fun. Some nice detail work. Those leaves look pretty good.
Who doesn't love dinosaurs?
Some people, some people feel like it's like, oh, I'm not in. I've heard some people say some stupid stuff like, oh, it's not like when they think of dinosaurs, they think of like elementary school when they had like little displays of dinosaurs and stuff like that. But I'm like, this ain't no elementary school shit, man. This is like, it looks realistic.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go into some topics before we cover this. Let me just stop this real quick. And we'll move on to some topics before we continue the pictures. And let's see what our first topic is of discussion. Anybody saying anything in the chat so far?
Just picking up each other.
Okay, cool. All right, so the first topic, do you collect statues or do you collect other things? Or do you only collect statues? Excuse me.
That was one word missing.
I'm still waking up.
My brain was processing. Was like,
yeah, which one do you collect? So I know a lot of people collect statues, obviously, that we're watching a channel of Statue Chat, but a handful of collectors also collect some other things. So I thought it would be interesting to discuss what other things people might collect. First, I'll start with Shane. Shane, do you are you solely just into statues? Is that your primary focus, or do you have anything else like comic books, trading cards? I don't know.
I mean, I have a bunch of trading cards, hockey cards, and Marvel cards. Some baseball, football, basketball back in the day. I've had it with me about 30 years. I've been lugging it around. So I haven't bought any new ones in the last. I bought a bunch of Connor McDavid rookie cards when he came out. But short of that, I haven't bought any real statues. I just have them put aside. And I have some comics too. They're not graded, but I have some comics back in the day. Like I got Wolverine issue 4, 3 or something like that. And yeah, but I don't actively collect anything like that. I thought about this when we were talking about it. One thing I do happen to have a lot of is hoodies, and I don't actively collect hoodies, but I probably have about 20 hoodies in my closet. So for some reason I just love hoodies, I guess. But no, statues is pretty much what I collect.
Statues is your main focus. Okay.
Yeah.
What about when you were a kid? Did you collect anything else when you were a kid before you got into
cards?
Just cards.
Huge into hockey cards. OPG, Upper Deck, all those back tax, everything back in the day. I used to collect hockey cards big time. We'd always trade them, and then you'd collect like the little wrestling square cards in the chip bags and everything. And I used to have I still have a set of those. McDonald, the original from the 90s, the McDonald hologram Upper Deck hockey cards. I got like a couple sets of those, and I got all kinds of old chip, but yeah, nothing I collect nowadays except for statues.
Okay. Kevin, what about you? Same question around the board, basically. So do you collect anything besides statues?
So I'm a collector by heart, man. I've always been into the collecting game. Heck, even with video games, they throw out new gear or something like that. I'm like, oh, I got to go get it. Whether it improves my specs or not, I'm like, nope, just got to pick it up. It's out there. I got to collect it. So I go after that. But yeah, growing up though, early days in the 80s, man, I was at the comic book stores all the time. So I've got extensive long boxes. So I have one of the best collections I have right now going is I have an entire run of the Uncanny X-Men 1 through 544s, I think was where they stopped. And big on Spider-Man too. So I've got from 100 to 800 complete. Still working on the 1 to 99 right there. I've got quite a bit in that, but not a full run yet.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm imagining a lot of us are going to be into like comics and trading cards and stuff like that. Either when we were kids or maybe a little bit right now. At least I do a little bit right now. But before we get to me, Crip, what about you?
I like to collect souls. Like after I do combat, I like to just
a lot of fifth graders.
Oh my god,
make it a part of me. So that's what I do on my off time. No, headphones is one like freaking.
Cool. Oh yeah, you're a game, you're a big time gamer. Yeah.
Yeah. No, these are mostly for like music though. Like,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. And what else? Of course, I did comics to the point where like I found myself just collecting to collect them. I'll be at the comic book store and I was like, this, but then I realized that most of what I was reading was trash, and I was just going there because I felt obligated. So
Let me ask you a question. What is like your, because I know that you work in the gaming industry, but you don't have like, I've heard of other guys working in the gaming industry and they buy like these super expensive like headsets. So do you have like any expensive headsets or do you just have the normal headsets like we all have probably?
Well, just because you asked, these cost $4,500, right?
Wow. Wow.
And I don't
I
know.
knew
if you
it.
can see it, but
I knew it.
Like if I show you like the amp and the DAC and all of that stuff that goes with it, that's my hobbies tend to be very expensive. So it's sort of like, but the secret is gaming headsets are the worst headsets, and I'm a huge gamer. No offense to people who have gaming headsets. As far as like, because if you get a good pair of really good headphones, it's gonna outdo anything that the games use a lot of digital processing and stuff like that to simulate stuff. Whereas you could just get a really good pair of normal, not even expensive. You don't have to get crazy expensive with it. You just a solid pair of two headphones will blow out anything you could get. Because a lot of the times you're playing for the sponsor or the brand, and they put gaming on everything, and Gamer X 725 on the worst pair of freaking speakers they could find. And then
I think the most expensive headsets or headset that I did have, I think they were a pair of like Astro wireless headset. They maybe cost like $3 something, but that was the most expensive headset that I think I ever bought.
Yeah, and the thing is though, a lot of people don't really have the benchmark of like a comparison of where to start of like, because if you get those Astros and then you get like a pair of AKGs or something like that, or Biodynamics around that same range.
So he's gonna throw shit in the trash now.
No. You'll be able, you'll see the difference. And it's funny, my friend EJ, who's usually on our show in the chat, like literally they had gaming headsets, and I was like, dude, just get this thing right here is cheaper than that, and hook it up with these headphones and try this as your baseline. Oh man, all of y'all voices sound like y'all in my head right now. Y'all all positioned in very cool ways.
Capul's got a smooth voice, man. He's got like one of those smooth voices, you know?
Absolutely. But yeah, no, and once you get in there, that's when you get the little bug of like, oh, this sound and then this sound, and oh, maybe it becomes like wine of like, if you like a warm sound, or like it gets deep, it gets crazy. But yeah,
You like anything besides headsets?
The thing is it's just all over the place. Like, do
you collect hard games? Like the hard.
No, you know what? It's crazy. I love physical and everything, but I stopped doing physical when they started just putting codes on disc and thinking that's physical when you still have to download it. Like if you buy a PlayStation 5, you're not getting the day one. You're not. If your internet goes away, you still effed. So I'm like, if that's the case, then I just collect all my games. Most of my collection now is on Steam.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Jarhead, gaming headphones are getting better though. Maxwell aren't dope out there. I don't want to butcher that name. Is it Odez?
But that the difference is those are real brands are starting to put out versus like gaming headsets starting to. Gaming headsets aren't getting better. It's bigger, better brands, reputable brands starting to make a gaming headset, which is just putting their really good headphones, maybe putting a mic on it. Like Sennheiser has a really good gaming headset, right? Mm-hmm. And it's really, really good. But that's coming from the brand down, not like the Corsairs and the Razors and all of that stuff.
Right.
Just want to give a shout out to Casual, Nice Guy, Terry, Jarhead, and Slifer, who joined the chat.
What's up, guys?
Shout out, homies. Terry's in the house.
So for
Terry's in the
me,
house.
I think what did I collect as a kid? I used to collect. I'm going back to the kid days. Garbage Pail Kid cards. I used to collect the X-Men cards. I was really big into the X-Men cards, like the
Was
1990
it X-Men or the Marvel? Like the whole set of Marvel cards?
Just specifically the X-Men. I was really big into the X-Men cards. Yeah, but
Did
I
they have
remember
bubble
seeing a lot of the
gum
Marvel
in the
cards.
wrapper?
What's that?
Did they have bubble gum, like that hard stick of like
Yeah,
toxic
the
They
bubble?
stick
had
gum.
hard.
Tell me honestly though, when you think about opening like a pack of Garbage Pail Kids or baseball cards, and you got that stick of gum, that smell in the pack,
Yeah, very
that's
distinct.
opening it up, that new card smell with the bubble gum. There's
White
nothing
powder
like it, man.
on it.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. Yeah, the powder all over your card, so they're not being
Yeah.
automatically.
Matter of fact, I don't know if that powder was supposed to be there, but
No, that was like drugs.
Yeah,
what else did I collect? Oh, I had a very, very short run of Pogs. I don't know if you guys remember Pogs with the slammer.
I put it in the chat, Adam. I
Oh,
go
did you?
Pogs.
Cool, man. Yeah, the Pogs. They had the slammers. I had a hard
Of course
case.
you did.
What
It
the
was
hell is a
tubular
pog?
case, and they had Pogs. And
Pogs?
I was like, these are kind of cool. But I only collected them for like a couple months. I was like, all right, these are fucking lame.
They were big in the 90s. I was in the comic book store at the time. So mid 90s. They're basically
I would
circular
just find like a
cardboard.
poker chip.
Yeah, they're like cardboard pieces or whatnot, and you'd stack them up
Like
so they'd be
clean
so
kind of?
tall. And then
Yeah.
you take a slammer, which was like this weighted disc, and you throw down, and
Exactly.
how many things popped up and fell off that pile is what you got.
Yeah,
And
then
I
you
I didn't even play the game. I just wanted to collect.
It's
the
basically
different
like a
Pogs.
modern day Cracker Jacks for like 90s kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Basically what it was.
I had a Shaquille O'Neal like set that was like I thought it was so cool because I really liked Shaq back in the day. What else
You
did I
guys
collect?
remember-
Oh, I was big into Legos, like huge
Man.
into Legos when I was a kid. Huge.
I sucked at Legos.
Oh,
Like,
I
we
used
talking
to
about the
subscribe-
creative stuff, dude.
Yeah, I subscribed to the magazine. I used to get the magazine every month. I used to send pictures of my own creations that I was like 11 years old and then send them to the magazine where they'd share all the like different collectors and their own builds. And I think that was basically it. I used to like collecting some games for like Super Nintendo, the actual like cartridges.
Oh, I'm sorry. I collect mad 4K physical. Like movies is where I physical to the day that I die, dude.
Good man.
Like because there's a tangible difference in the quality depending on if you have the TV and the audio equipment to do it, man. It's just a night and day different. And plus, I love to just be. My internet is off. I don't want to be like, oh man, I can't watch a movie right now.
Right.
Dude. Like, you know what I mean? Forget that. See, with games, you can go to offline mode on Steam, and you can still play your games if it's not an online game. But with movies, if your internet goes out for whatever reason, maintenance, and you was planning a movie night, you're dead.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, Jesse Hernandez. I was just talking about Pogs. Yeah. Yeah, Pogs. What else? So as of right now, though, present time, like, I mean, I got some like hardcover books, comic books. I got some trading cards, Dragon Ball Z trading cards, because I just thought if you never saw Dragon Ball Z cards, they're really like everything is a hologram and it looks really cool. But I didn't really, that's not my primary focus. I just
how many
collect-
shinies you got, Adam?
Oh, like a whole fucking book. I got it somewhere over here. Yeah, whole book. But yeah, that's all. All I collect right now is statues, though. I think I got so much money going in different directions with like me and my wife doing some projects, and then really statue prices have went up so much. That's a whole other discussion that I kind of just save it for that now. So, but anyway. Yeah, that was cool. What are some guys saying in the chat? Is anybody saying what they collect? Anything different than what we talked about?
Got some here. So we got statues of comics.
Okay, Barb. Yep.
What's up, Dennis? Dennis says I collect electric guitars.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
They say the same side of your brain that does musical instruments, does languages and spatial relations, and I'm shit at all three. So it makes sense. But if you think about it, anyone who's usually musically inclined usually speaks more than one language. At least 99% of the people I know that play an instrument could speak more than one language.
And Dennis
Does
does.
slang count?
Vibranium Jim, I still collect figures, art prints, original art, as well as comics.
Okay.
Row, statues, comics, some figures. John Connor. I also collect performance parts, for my 2016 Mustang.
Ooh.
And M4 Platinum. Wow, nice.
Hey, real quick, Shane, on the John, 03 Cobra was my favorite body style. 03 Cobra was, yeah, I used to like that one. All right.
Casual. I collect random stuff from everywhere I go. Random as in I have a baby's bottle because I won a chugging contest. Long story, but that memory is in that bottle. Fuck, that's funny. A baby bottle. I had to read that twice. I'm like, a baby bottle?
Oh, baby bottle. That's a first for me. There you go.
Yeah, I feel like that story has to happen at some point.
Yeah. Jarhead. Yeah, Casual. Your next show. Tell the baby bottle story.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to hear that.
Shows there. Jarhead says, I collect comics, cards, pew-pews, keyboards, headphones, and challenge coins. Yeah, I got quite an ensemble of challenge
So
coins.
I forgot to mention two of those things. So I used to, when I was in the military, I had a ton of guns, and then I kind of sold them all off because I got tinnitus pretty bad. So I stopped a lot of shooting. But yeah, I used to collect a lot of guns in the past. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you, Adam, that when I thought I was playing a lot of Counter-Strike back in the day, you know, boom, boom, clicking fools' heads. And then I was like into guns. I was like, ooh, MP3. I was like, what weapon I use? And then my uncle was a cop at the Alameda County. He was the Alameda County sheriff. And he was like, I'll take you to the gun range. I was like, yeah, watch all of the headshots I get. I was such a little bitch. I couldn't even hold the gun. I thought it was gonna. He was like, we already paid for it. Yeah, I was such a bitch like that. He always looked at me different since that day, dude. I was like, nah. All I kept imagining is I was gonna hold it and the bullet was gonna back on my head, or I was gonna shoot it, or it was gonna ricochet. And I was like, I want nothing to do with this, right?
So this is a whole other discussion, but like, there's some states, like when I was in Georgia, the gun laws are super relaxed. Like you don't even need a concealed weapons permit. You could just walk into a store. You don't need to take a class. As long as you got a clean record, you could just grab it and put it in your car. Conceal it, whatever you want to do. But I think that shit's so dangerous, man. Just letting people like with no training. The most accidents that happen in the military is obviously like people falling and stuff like that off trucks. But like weapons were a huge one. Negligent discharges, people not watching where they're aiming the barrels and flagging people. Anyway, if you ever go to a gun range, you better have some really good situational awareness, because just because people are at that range doesn't mean that they all know what they're doing. So
exactly. That's why I didn't want no part of it. Maybe now, but when I was younger, back when I was in California, I was like, oh, hell no. I'm certified a punk.
But go ahead, Shane. I didn't mean to interrupt the flow. What else we got?
Shane.
No, it's all good. Terrell, I used to collect Pokemon cards in early 2000s.
Well, that was big too. Yeah.
AK, autograph Funko Pops, Marvel, DC action figures, comics, regular, and CGC.
And female wrestlers' underwear. He told me that privately.
I could see AK having like a Guns N' Roses or Metallica like jean jacket with a bunch of pins on there. Back in the day, I could fucking see it, definitely. Where am I? Okay. I also collect alternative movie posters. Is that what they're called? AMPs? Is that like the actual acronym?
I
for
guess,
that?
yeah, maybe.
Interesting. Limited run screen prints from companies like Mondo, Bottleneck, Hero Complex Gallery, Mutant, etc.
Yeah, Bottleneck's a big one.
Grifter, Last Ronin variant covered, CGC graded. Nice. Row, collect magnets from places I've been.
Oh, cool. Yeah. A lot of people do that.
And Nice Guy, collecting art prints is my second collecting hobby at the moment.
Nice. I can't believe I forgot Spawn. I used to collect the shit out of some Spawn figures when I was a kid.
All the McFarlane stuff.
Yeah. I was
Me
like
too.
the only kid that kept them in their like plastic. Like I never like played with them. First off, my mom thought I was going to be like a serial killer when I grew up, because all the Spawn characters were like crazy looking. right? And evil looking. And then I didn't play with them. I just used to hang them up on my wall.
I think that's the problem because I G.I. Joes, Transformers, collected all of them, but at that time I wasn't collecting. I was playing with them shit. You know what I mean? So half of them are broken with arms off because we used to play with like all of this stuff that I wish I would have had in pristine condition. It's just stuff was like, oh, here's the arm of Starscream or whatever like that. It's just all messed up.
Yeah. Gotham, nice to see you, buddy. All right, so we'll move on to the next topic. Anything else, Shane, before we move on?
Nope.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys sharing. Let's see what the next topic is and keep it moving. Will we ever have enough? Let's put this in perspective here into context. So as statue collectors, we buy, we sell, we buy, we sell. We probably do more buying than we do selling. Well, let me ask you this. Will we ever have enough? Does it ever feel like it's enough? Or is this a never-ending addiction where we're just like, we need the next fix. We need the next fix. We need the next fix. I'm going to start it in reverse order this time. Crip, I'll start with you, and then you guys let me know what you think in the chat. Let's open it up for discussion. So, Crip, what you got?
No, it's definitely an addiction. It's just how you manage it. I was talking backstage of our last show, and it was like, because people get it twisted, passion with addiction, right? Because it was like, I think it was Vision who mentioned that, maybe something will trigger the passion again. I was like, I have the passion. If I wasn't doing a show every week and talking about this shit, like, you need a certain level of passion for it. It's just that I don't have as big as of addiction, so I can turn a lot of stuff down. So and addiction is such a loaded word, so I'm not saying that negative. More of like, you got to have a certain resolve, a sort of self-control to be able to be in something you love and be able to not purchase everything you want to get, because that's where you could get into trouble, because then you end up with a lot of stuff that you got because of the hype and not because you really wanted it. So
if you don't have any discipline or self-control in this hobby, you're in huge trouble.
And that's it. And the thing is, I could admit when I have a problem, and there's sometimes when you get in there and be like, yo, like this cami, I'm struggling with this cami. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, but I got to go to the Woo-Side and be like, do I really, really, really need this? So it's like,
check out Barb. I buy and I buy and I buy. I don't sell.
And that's dope. And that's the thing, because everybody knows their own situation. I could only speak for my situation, and for my situation, it's just sort of like, I'm able to be like, I love that piece. I really love it, but I have no room for it. You know what I mean? Or I have to wait till my daughter goes off to college, which is soon, and I tear this wall down, and then I expand. Or I have to refocus it. Now I'm focused on the home theater, but that's a whole different style of collecting I'm doing in there. But you got to be able to strategically do that so so I can do it right, versus like, oh man, I was going to do this stuff in the home theater, but now I bought all of these that wasn't a part of my vision, but now I'm doing it. Now I got to take along with this. So for me, the passion is there. As long as you guys see me doing this and talking, there's other things that affect other things, but as far as like the passion, I love collecting this stuff. I love talking to you guys about it.
Is it, do you feel like one day you're just going to be like, all right, enough's enough. I've had enough. This is like, I'm content. You think you will ever be content? You know what I mean?
I'm like that now with my pre-orders. You know what I mean? I'm literally like, if anybody talk to Shane or any of the people that I usually talk with, I'm pretty much.
I think it's easier to be content, especially when prices keep going the fuck up.
Yeah, it makes it easier for sure.
Yeah, it makes it easier because now you're just like, okay, this is like a little out of hand. Maybe I need to dial it back a little bit.
I think I came in different though. I came in like the reason I got into this stuff, because at first it was Hot Toys and you do that stuff. But I came in was like, I just did my gaming room. These statues will plus it. So, but there's an end game to that. Once I get these statues, then the game room is done, and this is like sort of the cherry on top. So there was a finite. I never got into it thinking that it was going to be a long-term thing. As you get into it, and seeing all of this beautiful stuff, it's sort of like snowballs and stuff like that. But once the room was finished, I'm like, okay, it's done. But I think if you're coming in it from a way where it's like, man, I really like X-Men, and they still coming out with dope X-Men, or Batman. You really like Batman, they keep coming out with.
Hard to turn it down. Yeah.
It's hard to.
Hard to turn it down.
That's when you realize, like what Barbara said too, is sort of like the difference is she always finds a way in a space versus like, oh man, like I got to sell everything. Like that's the part. And not selling, everybody gets a different situation where they have to sell, like that. None of that. But I'm talking about, it's hard for me to sell something that I really, truly, truly love and bought because I actually really, 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 really loved it.
Right.
So like, so if I end up continue buying, it'll be sort of like that. But there's some mistakes that you might have made where you could be like, yo, I could sell this.
Yeah.
Like I got into 1/3 for a bit, and I got like 3 1/3 just sitting there, like with no room for it because I'm doing something different in the home theater room, right? So it's sort of like, eventually, like I don't actively sell it, but if somebody say, yo, I want to buy it off you, here you go, right? Because it was a mistake. And I try to avoid making mistakes.
Let me get around to Kevin. So Kevin.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm kind of with
You got a
Crippler
big
too.
collection too, man. You
Yeah. I mean, especially when it comes to Star Wars. I'm looking around and I go, look, I love the original trilogy. I appreciate the prequels. I'll get on my soapbox about the sequels later. But with those, it's like that's
you
what
know
my
how you
collection,
feel.
yeah, that's what my collection embodies, man. That's but I'm to the point where I'm looking around my room here going, if I'm going to add anything, it's going to be something I personally make at this point. That I can just put my heart and soul into it, and I'm going to keep that hobby going. So my collection will always be growing. I will always be building things, doing stuff from an artistic standpoint. So, but when it comes to that, buying the statues, yeah, I kind of look around at my X-Men and Transformers and stuff like that. And my X-Men line, minus a bishop, I feel pretty good about it. I'm like, you know what?
Yes.
I've got all my characters that I've represented. I think they're great.
Yeah.
I really don't need to look that way anymore. And same kind of with Batman. There's a couple of key characters. I was excited to see Riddler coming out possibly from Prime 1.
From Prime 1, yeah.
That's when I won. And after that, I feel pretty good. So it's kind of a neat state when you kind of hit that point. You're like, you know what? I like what I see. I'm good. I don't need any more. I've always said I will not let my collection get to the point where I've got pieces sitting on the ground or something like that. They all have to have their proper space. And as long as I've got that, I'll keep going. But as a hobby in general, I think it just continues. I really do. I don't think there's any end point. I'll just be adding things from what, like an aesthetic, something to accent it. Maybe it's a picture behind it, or you know, it's a physical piece I produce, you know, something like that. But yeah, having, I don't know, like 20 pre-orders or something, I think those days are limited. I don't really see myself going down that path.
It's changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah. All right, good. So you look around your displays and you're like, I'm pretty satisfied with what I've built up so far. I want to get like onesies and twosies here, but for the most part, I'll probably just work on more projects, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing as a collector now, and again, there's so many talented collectors in our community that display their collections beautifully. And I just love it. So now I'm kind of looking, go, what kind of install pieces can I make? Can I turn this office into looking like a set of Star Wars where everything is displayed? That's the next challenge. That's the next level that I want to take. I don't think
it never really stops, right?
No.
It's always constantly evolving. We look at our collections and then we see other people's collection. We're like, I want to try that, or I'm going to do my own interpretation of that.
But Adam, what's cool, like what he said is like, you can do that with the stuff you have. You don't, like, people think you have to buy a new piece to refresh your collection.
True. Yeah.
You
can make it look different. That's
that.
such a good point. Yeah. Shane, the Dark Lord from his spaceship. What you got? He's in a TIE
For me
fighter.
personally, yes, I can hit that point of contentment. Am I there? There's a few Transformer pieces I would still like to be made, but for the most part, like 99%, I'm content. So, yeah. Do I think most people will be? No.
Yeah. Shane, you do a really good job in like identifying. You're a guy that doesn't get caught up in the FOMO. You're a guy that's like, I'm going to buy this piece if I know I'm absolutely not going to sell it. And sometimes we still end up selling stuff. You know, it happens. But
Sure.
for the most part, I see you just because we spend so much time talking with, us here on the panel. I think you're probably the most disciplined that I see as far as like, hey, I'm not getting that. I'm getting this. I only buy bad guys. I don't buy good guys. I only get, certain characters. I get the villains of the Spider-Man collections and then the X-Men line. So I like your thought process. And I've actually kind of learned a lot from you and Kevin because you guys been in the game a lot longer than me. So, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to throw that in there.
No, not at all. I appreciate that. And yeah, I always try to be really disciplined and have a lot of patience. I always say this, I'm a very logical, practical person. I get joked by or made fun of by my buddies saying that I'm part Vulcan just because I got so much logic. So I think of things logically. So if it's not going to fit or it doesn't make sense and I have nowhere to display it, then why would I get it, regardless of how much I want it?
And I am the opposite. I am impulsive and I love and I make decisions with my emotions.
But you know that, like you could identify that. It ain't like that's your traits and you're like, I'm not impulsive.
I'm really not that impulsive. I was when I first started. Like I said, I was just commenting on Shane. Like I had these discussions where I have in the past with these guys and be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? And they'll tell me what they really think. Hey, if you're collecting this and you're going to stay in that line or whatever they suggest, I take that in consideration. I'm like, maybe I need to pass on that because it's not something. It's a pain in the ass to sell statues nowadays, man.
I can't do it. I'd rather give it away than sell. Like, you know what I mean?
We were talking about it. Yeah, I've given away probably 4 statues. You know what I mean?
I think you did a show. It was your show where you was selling some statues and people, and I think I got on, and it was like, well, if these, and literally for how much. I was lowballing myself. People in the chat was like, "That's too low." It was like, I hate the whole process of selling. You know what I mean?
And you were terrible at pricing our shit because we're like, I don't want to make like a huge I could post it up and make double if I could try to at least, but I'm just not that kind of guy. I don't want to be the guy that's like buying a $500 statue and selling it for $2,000. But if it's worth that, it's worth that. I get it. But I just don't like getting caught up in all that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, it's the way I look at this is like this channel, this hobby, I love it, right? I have a huge passion for it. But to me, it is secondary. For me, it's like I'm very business oriented with like in my life right now and even before that. So my main focus is like building my nail salon dynasty so I can retire one day. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like right now I slowed down a lot just because I'm spending so much money in other places in my life. And I think we all go through these phases where we go through these life changes and we got to adjust, and you can't just buy fucking everything anymore, especially with the economy being a dumpster fire. So for me, it's easier. It's easier when prices start going up, when other things start happening. For me, this is just a secondary thing. So I'm just like, okay, well, if I have the money for it and I have a little money on the side for it, I'll get it. If not, just going to have to wait. You know what I mean? So that's the way I kind of look at it right now. Will I ever be content? I think I will one day. I think I'll get to a point where it just clicks in your head and you're like, okay, that's enough. I think I'm good. You know what I mean?
And the I'm gonna come at it yourself, like always have your impulsive people because they're your homies, but also like Shane is a great friend to have around.
Logical thinker,
he's logical, so he'll ask the right questions versus like influencing you, like constantly influence you to get something. Like it's good to have people you could talk to and make sure that no, you really want, like, some of your homies, and they're your homies, but they'd be like, yo, you gotta get this. Our boy Rashid would be like, your shit is incomplete. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to have that balance of friends to be able to like get hyped because that's what this is all about, and you love this shit. But also like is this your favorite character? Do you really need this? Like, ask you the right questions, and so you can actually sleep
like
on
this
it,
right
wake
here.
up, and be like, boom.
What the fuck I buy this for? Like, I love it. I like it. You know, the fuck did I buy this for? Like,
Nice.
I remember when you got those and you sent me the picture, you were so excited. You're like, oh man, I got these in. And I was like, where are you putting those?
I don't
You're
know.
like, I don't know. I mean, they're small. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, like,
You know, Adam,
you
I was going
went
to throw
through
in just another perspective here, guys. Is
Yeah,
if you
go
think
ahead,
about it, you know, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Those 4 decades were a phenomenal time to grow up. We have been giving things in our childhood and stuff that will last us our lifetime. So will this hobby ever die? No. Call it a midlife crisis. Maybe call it whatever, holding on to some of our youth. But this stuff hit us at a different level growing up. And it's awesome. I love looking at people's collections and seeing that passion and going, I know exactly when you grew up, basically. And I love having those conversations. And I think it's kind of fortunate. So I hope it doesn't necessarily die. I say, you know what? Be passionate. Keep collecting that stuff.
Yeah.
Keep holding on to those great generations that we had.
But be smart about it, right? So but it's always nice to like see somebody or meet somebody who's like the same age as you, and then you see something that you both relate to, and it's just such a strong connection between the two of you. You're like, oh man, yeah, you remember it how I remember it? Yeah. So it's that's good in that aspect. But let's keep it moving. Kev, do we got anybody in the chat, or Shane, anybody that wants to add to the topic before we move on?
Let's see here.
Archmania, I buy and buy.
Yeah.
So
that's a smart rule.
Yeah. What's Piggy
space
Six
has
saying?
become a problem for me, so I'm getting more towards 1/10 scale. And these days, as they take up significantly less space, very smart. A lot cheaper too.
Great pieces too.
Oh yeah, as you just showed.
Yep.
What do we got there, Mitch? I'm reaching that content stage.
Yeah.
My statue goal / vision is almost complete.
That's great to hear.
I think it comes into play when you don't take care of personal finances and spend what you don't have. Absolutely.
Good point. Yep.
I've held on to statues for 20 years. I've sold a few here and there, but that doesn't happen much. The piece has to be out of place for me to get rid of it. Yeah, I feel the same way. If it's not looking and not fitting, first of all, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but let's say I did and I changed direction, it's gone.
You know what I feel like that about right now?
What?
You
What
see
is
it?
that one again?
That's the one that that's like the Berserker Predator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can
on
see
the
it.
Jungle Hunter.
I thought you were pointing to your ATST just because it's the only Star Wars in a vehicle.
That thing is cool.
Well, it is cool.
This right here is one of those things where I loved it when I first got it, but now it's like, now that I got the 3rd scale Jungle Hunter, it's like it's just like out of place, and and it's hard to display because you got to see him like from the.
Exactly. It's one of those pieces like that Sideshow Rhino. You want it at the top.
Yeah. But then when you look at it from the top, the Jungle Hunter is this way. So now you're like, I want to put him down low again. So it's like, but anyway, that was good. Some good discussions, guys. Anything else in the chat?
Sometimes they feel out of place because I've had them for so many years. Yeah, absolutely. Styles change. Maybe there's better variation or rendition of your character that'll fit with your collection more as it evolved.
I'm very like, how do I say this? Like, I get bored of things fast too. I try not to, but I do get bored of things fast. So I really got to make sure going forward that this is something that I really want, because like I said, selling shit right now, it's a pain in the ass. And, I'm the kind of guy's like, I'll sell everything right now and get all 3rd scale, Predator statues. So those thoughts cross my mind sometimes, but I probably won't do it. So
it's important to know that like everyone's wired differently. We share the same hobby, but we're all wired differently. So like what I do and what Adam do and what Kevin do and what Shane do won't work for each. Like, you know what I mean? There's some common traits there, but ultimately, just because like there's people who like to collect and grab, if that works for them, that is awesome. Like they care about having the piece, and the piece is more important than anything. And then you have people that want to display them, right, whatever. That's none of them are right or wrong. It's just everyone's wired different. They get their joy different than everyone. So like
Yep.
you don't have to feel like, oh man, just because I'm content, I need to be. Nah, you do you. Like whatever makes you happy. You're a grown ass man or woman.
The thing, that,
You know
the
what
thing
I
that's
mean?
killing me right now is like I'm looking at my garage and I'm just like, I just want to burn all those boxes. But
Hey,
we talked about this before.
we talked about it before. Barb and DCX, who's in the chat right now, was talking about it. Like they got rid of some boxes lately. I told like right on the show before that, I told people that I'll get rid of boxes. If you're in your forever home, like I'm not talking about like things can happen, unforeseen shit could happen, you know what I mean? Whereas like, oh, now you wish you had the boxes. But if you remove that aspect of it, like, and I'm not planning to move for 10 years or something like that, like, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have a space to have the boxes because my collection is not as huge as a lot of people's collections. But if I did, before I go to like a storage thing and 2 or 3 storage things, I'll burn those boxes and get rid of them before.
You gotta want this life, Ricky Bobby. You gotta want this life.
Just look at it this way, though. When you throw away a box, you're throwing away 50% of your resale value of that statue.
I take that
If
hit.
you don't care about that, then that's fine, but just be cognizant of that.
But think about this.
If your statue's $2,000, you're going to sell it for, you're now selling it for about $1,000.
But if you have that storage unit for 2 years, you get rid of that. That value is gone anyway.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
true.
paying it in a storage. So it's like,
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna. I see y'all. I'm just probably not gonna be able to get to all of these, but I see what you guys are putting in the chat. These guys have been showing it, so I apologize if I haven't gotten to your comment. But we'll move on to. Or you got a couple you want to throw in there, Shane?
Yeah. I got a few
Piggy
here.
getting rid of
Piggy said,
99%.
I'm getting rid of 99% of my boxes in the next. Wow. That's
Like when you
crazy.
say get rid of, like are you talking about disposing
chucking.
of?
yo, make a video because I want to see all of the people just squirming. I want to see
Yeah.
people. I want
You're
to
gonna be
see
watching
people
it
in the comments just
no.
like, "What the fuck are you doing, Big O?"
Yeah. What else we got? Every box you throw away. Collector cry. Yep.
I don't buy the
buy
resell,
this,
the metal line,
Yep.
trashing them. I'll make a video.
Yeah.
That's
Piggy,
crazy,
post it up.
Piggy. That's crazy, man.
We like crazy.
I don't like crazy.
All right, guys, moving on to the next topic so we can get to some pictures. So, like, I guess we kind of answered this question, right? Why are you in this hobby? Why do you do it?
Like, what got you into it?
Oh, what got you into the hobby?
Yeah,
Okay.
like
For the hoes and the bitches in the coat.
What got you into it? And why are you still?
Yeah. That's why I'm
I
here.
do it for the women.
Yeah, they were lining up. They saw me carrying around that big ass box.
Yo, I was like, you see this Grimlock? Yeah.
Yeah, check out this Voltron statue
Pulling
I
up in the
got.
Grimlock.
Pulling up in the Grimlock,
You wanna see
parking
my
the war
image?
tank, jig jig. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, man.
you know why do we do it? We'll just keep this an open forum. But so why or why did we get into this? You know, were you just looking for something to collect, and you finally found something that you really really like, and that's why you got into it? I'll tell you what. For me, I was looking for something to have a hobby for. I was purposely looking for a hobby, and then the first website I came across, just like most collectors, was the Sideshow website, and I was just like, "What is this?" And I bought my very first statue, which was the Wolverine premium format, where he's like lunging forward with the underscaled Sentinel hand. And I love that statue. That was my first statue. Then I collected all the premium formats for the X-Men statues from Sideshow. So that's what really got me into it. And I started collecting it more because I like the X-Men show. So, but what about you guys?
Top says Brother Rashid flying up in the Batwing.
Yeah.
And what's up, X?
Hey, Ant,
We know what you collect, X, and why.
I wonder what he collects. Huh?
There's no doubt.
He collects
An Avengers
X-Men.
fan.
Because he loves Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Batman.
It was a progression from action figures. I think that's what happened to me too. It was a natural progression from action figures to statues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you guys got anything else to add to this? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. We just love the shit out of the Polystone, and
I have to own it because I said everything's nostalgic to me. But like when I'm putting up a new Star Wars statue, I'm playing the Star Wars theme music in the background as I'm putting it up. I'm just gonna own that. Man. Transformers. I'm playing.
I'm making the sound.
Yeah, I'm like, it keeps me young. I love it. It's just it's fun.
Crip, you made some of those intros when you were doing your whole Transformers line, and I was just like, when I'm not good with Transformers as much as you guys, but like when Optimus was on the planet, I think it was Cybertron, and they were all fighting, and they were making their old school noises, and I was like, that's pretty badass.
You just hear it and it brings you back there, dude.
Oh,
like,
it gets you hype.
And people won't understand it until they have like that real nostalgia, that thing that really hits them, and it just drives everything, dude. Yeah. Like for me, it was freaking X-Men, right, and Transformers and Spider-Man, and Avengers later, but the Avengers came more through the MCU phase 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. But man, no, like seeing the things you love like modernized in a way where it still respects the original and it doesn't look like a toy, so it's like, oh, now it does look like art. You know what I mean? It is cool to have this, like, even when the person you love more than anything, like your wife, comes in and she's like, that is really, really, really nice. Look at, and you know, she's like, look at that, look at Starscape, and it's not like,
oh, that's confirmation. Bye.
Yeah. Oh no, I know, right. But that was the thing, man. When the Transformers just it slayed me, dude.
Hey, John, I'm with you on this. Man. I stumbled upon McFarlane Toys and GameStop, then upgraded to Hot Toys, now statues. I did not. I think I bought like 1 or 2 Hot Toys ever, but I stumbled across McFarlane Toys. Long story short, I won a contest when I was in elementary school for selling the most candy in my school. I always loved selling shit. So I went to every freaking house I can go to because I was purposely trying to win this gift certificate from Toys R Us. And I placed first place for it. I was harassing the shit out of people to buy candy. And I went to Toys R Us. They gave me a gift certificate for a couple $100. And I saw my first McFarlane toy, which was Medieval Spawn. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was one of the best toys ever. So, yeah.
McFarlane was huge, dude. Like comic book store where you first see your first McFarlane behind there, and then you had the comic right there. Like, So,
Adam, you were just throwing out Toys R Us. I'll just have to ask. So, all of you, we pretty much grew up about the same time. Did all of you dream about winning that 2 minutes to run through a Toys R Us?
Oh man, this is shopping spree.
Did everyone have the game plan? What they were going to grab first?
Video game which aisle?
100%.
But I was gonna cheat because I was just gonna go grab all of the tickets from like the video. You remember you had the tickets to get those freaking items behind the glass.
Like, security.
You know how many tickets you can put in the shopping cart? Infinite.
Oh, we had the game plan. I love it. Okay, it wasn't just me.
Oh no, 100%. All right, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves real quick. Just give me about 2 minutes here. I'm going to get this up, and we're going to go through some pictures. We'll try to get through as many as we can.
Speaking of
Don't show that Cammy because I can't take it.
Can't take that.
Yeah, I just pulled the trigger.
I'm just kidding. Show the camera.
Just do it.
Nah. A slow crawl for me. Started with NECA.
Hellraiser, first statue.
Right.
X says, you know, it's bad anytime the X-Men song plays on my cell phone.
Hell yeah.
It's a great song. For the longest time.
I don't think I could ever get tired of that song.
No, man.
Iconic.
All right, guys. So we're going to go through some of this. This is some new releases I saw on Sideshow's website. I think this is Zatanna. This is a cool art print if you want to match it up with some of the premium formats that are out there. Well, I think there's like one or two premium formats out there, but who else made a Zatanna? Prime One. There's a couple.
Prime One, Sideshow.
Yeah, those are the two.
And I think there's a custom.
Yep.
That's a
cool
nice
little art print. Yeah.
I like that one a lot. If I had wall space, I might throw that behind my DC collection. That's a cool piece.
This is what makes it. Her hair, showing her power, like, or whatever that is. I don't even know if she has powers because I don't follow her. But and then we saw this from Prime One Studios. They had this. I guess this is called the Power Statue. This is from Chainsaw Man. I actually got that shirt on today. Chainsaw Man.
If you guys watch the series, you know you don't mess with that cat.
Yeah, she's crazy.
I'll just leave it right there. You don't mess with that cat.
Yeah. Cool statue. 25, basically 26 inches tall. This is, are you into this piece, Kev? I know that you're.
I love Chainsaw Man. I've watched the series, so it's great. I tell you, the whole anime world, it's scary because I could quickly go down that very fast because I like so many of the shows. So I got into anime because I have something I relate with my kids, especially as they're getting older. They're completely into it, but I keep it limited. I'll keep the pieces limited. So this one, it looks gorgeous. Any anime collector of the series, this is a must-have in your collection, but I'll keep my distance from this one.
Yeah.
Don't put your finger in her mouth. Look at those teeth, dude.
Put your finger in his mouth.
If you guys haven't seen the series, it's worth watching. It takes the gore level to the next, as you can tell from the statue.
I've seen the first couple episodes, but I haven't finished it. It's actually, it is pretty good. When you watch anime, if you haven't before, or if you maybe done it once or twice, you got to really be open-minded. It's not like your traditional, like,
absolutely,
like stories that you see or cartoons. They're very over-exaggerated, but
yeah, but I'll make the argument. I love the storylines right now. I find more interest in anime right now than I do like in Hollywood at the moment. I think some of their storylines are so creative at the moment. I'm like, they've just lured me in. I'm like, I never would have thought to go down this path with a story.
Because a lot of those things, like, everyone has certain expectations. They've been watching movies and shows for years. Anime is doing things where it's like, because they will go there, they'll do things that'll mess your head up, that'll keep you interested in a way like, holy shoot, how is this going to affect this story? I remember watching Ninja Scroll for the first time way back, dude. Yeah. That thing was like nothing I've seen before in my life, dude. It was so damn good.
Kev, what portrait you like?
Oh, with her, oh gosh, they're both great. But I probably do the deluxe one over there on the right. I just, she looks a little bit more vicious. I like that. She's not as, if you watch the series, she's not as sweet and kind as the one on the left shows. So I would go with the one on right.
All right.
But I want to add to Crippler real quick and just to tell the group here. So this is how off the wall anime is. There's one show, it's been out for a while, but it's called Assassination Classroom. And basically the teacher who teaches these students, he's going to blow up the world in like a year or two. And he brings his classroom together because he feels like these are the kids. One of them's going to figure out how to kill him. The rest of the government, all the world, no one can kill this guy. He is like beyond anything else. So the whole series goes, and what you do is you end up loving the teacher. It's a great character. The students are all great. And throughout the whole series, you're going, now they're going to have to get to a point where they do have to kill him because the world's going to blow up if they don't. And it's just off the chart kind of storyline. I'm like, it is phenomenal watch, guys.
That reminds me of Persona. I'm playing something called Persona 3 where everybody has shadows and their shadows can turn into personas if they're under control or whatever.
Right.
But the reason in this iteration, it's people's content with like death or like not taking advantage of what life is that leaves them content. But like if they put guns to their head, evokers to their head to get to the point where they value death the most before they can get their persona to have superpowers and crazy. It's freaking so damn, like you ain't gonna get nothing like that. Like real
right
kids in high school putting guns to their head so they can face death and that's when they at their strongest, when they face death. It's so crazy.
Look at this, guys. This is, let me tell you, Prime One is killing it with the blood game here recently with the actual Chainsaw Man statue that they have coming out. And then the blood effects on this one down to the splash on her shoes. You got like the demons coming out of the base. I mean, it just looks really, really cool, Yeah,
this is
it's
a cool looking piece. They'll kill it on this anime stuff. It's a lot easier to get the exact replication of the character than say a lifestyle, like a human that they have to capture, an actor or something like that, their portrait.
Yeah, they had a lot of practice with the gut statues too. So the gut statues came out really good. So this is
They mastered
this looks great. They nailed this.
Mm-hmm. Her kicks.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at this.
The scythe.
It's so well done. The flow of it, you know, it doesn't look like there's any separation, like it's a whole bunch of separate parts. Like it looks like real blood on there. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the little things like that.
Congealed and
Yeah, my wife's gonna ask us, what'd you guys talk about? Oh, just this female's blood flow on her. I don't know. What kind of show are you guys got there?
Oh man, it's just, you know.
Holy moly.
She does have white Timbs on, JoJo.
All right, so moving on to, you know, when I first heard about this statue that Sideshow came out with, I was like, I'm not into the lovey-dovey statues. And then when I was getting the show ready, I had a chance to finally look at this statue a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I said, man, this is a nice statue. This is a cool statue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of the base, and I wish they would have just taken it to a quarter scale.
What scale is it again?
It's just under a quarter. Yeah, 1/10 something. But if you got rid of the quarter, the base part of it, and just had them on just a standard base and went up to the quarter scale, this would be perfect. I'd add it to my collection.
I don't mind the base. I think the base looks cool.
So now your size, I've got something that doesn't fit in my collection necessarily.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think about the face sculpts? I always think Sideshow does really good with face sculpts for the most part.
I think the artists that does these have a very specific style that you're either on board with or not.
Yeah.
And I'm personally not on board with them, but you know, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's just
like, I think
something
it looks
really
good.
Fortnite about them. You know,
it's not my style. They're a little too animated, or I don't know. I don't know. It's a little
more
too,
Pixar.
I don't like
Fortnite.
that style of animation.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the cartoon, you know what I mean? It's more of a, I don't know. I just don't like that the style, but I think it's sculpted well. It's cool.
It is
Oh
sculpted
yeah, nice
very
guy
well.
said it was 1/5, Shane.
Yeah.
The eyes, I think Gambit's eyes look good. I think her eyes look good. Her portrait looks nice. His portrait looks really nice too. The hair, the iconic swoop to the side, and her iconic like 90s style hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then he's got a card on there. I like how they put the little kiss lipstick, like she's, you know, obviously digs him.
Well, she can't kiss him, so she put the card in between to kiss him.
Doesn't go well.
Doesn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
Does not go well. And I even like the pose. I like how they're kind of leaning back and they're obviously in love. But this is a lovey-dovey statue. You know, if you're not into lovey-dovey statues, then it's not for you.
If you don't like love,
You don't like love.
you gotta
Like,
love to like this statue.
If you just let the hate consume you, you go full fifth, and then you don't like this kind of shit.
There you go.
So 18.5 inches tall. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
Like
piece.
I said, I don't think it's a bad piece. I just think the style isn't for me.
Yeah, same.
I guess I hate love.
Hate love. Yeah, his jacket looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Great piece. All right, we'll move on. There goes more of that base.
Mm-hmm. He said, "Let's play 52 pickup." Throw those cards.
Like 52 pickup, yeah. All right, so this is from, I believe, Elden Ring. Don't ask me where it comes from. I didn't finish the game. Crippler. This is where
I beat Elden Ring a while ago. I don't remember this at all.
Is this not Elden Ring? Maybe
it probably is. I just don't remember. I don't remember.
I could be wrong. It's from Pure Art, so you know it's from a game.
Yeah, and the thing is, the game is so vast that everybody's path to the ending could be different if you didn't 100% everything.
So if you want a random arm in your collection, we have this arm.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Nice guy says it's an arm from a boss.
From Elden. Okay, yes, Elden Ring.
Yeah, it is from Elden Ring. I just don't remember it.
Nice details. Not sure anything about this. I mean, I've played Elden Ring. It was so freaking hard. I was just like, you know what? F this game.
Dinesh says it's one of the hardest bosses, and so I'm wondering if Crippler really did beat the game.
I can share my screen and show you my
I can promise you.
I got my achievements right on Steam.
What?
Like,
I
yeah.
don't remember it.
I don't question Crippler when it comes to games. I'm sure he beat it.
Let me go to my achievement to see did I even beat that boss.
I beat like 4 games in my life.
According to Ledge, she's the boss lady, Maria. She takes the katana. She has the katana.
Okay.
Or
It's still cool to look at.
Melania. Does that ring a bell for you, Crip?
Melania. Yeah, the name rings a bell. I actually could go to my YouTube channel because I got the bosses that I beat all on my YouTube, not my original YouTube channel. So
What'd you say, Shane?
Oh, I was just reading Nice Guy. I said she's a side boss, but part of the main lore.
She's a side piece in the main game. I mean, side boss. Here's some more art prints. What do you guys think about this?
Jedi Leia.
Yeah, Jedi Leia.
Trash. I'm sorry.
Dumpster or no dumpster?
Dumpster.
I don't like it.
We'll take a vote. Okay, we got 1 vote for dumpster. Who else?
Dump that shit in the.
I will put all the Jedis in the dumpster. Never mind fake Jedi.
Wow. Don't completely agree, Shane, but yeah, I'm with this piece.
I would throw all the Jedi in the dumpster. Oh, there you go, Shane. They're coming.
But they do have a Star Destroyer in the background.
Yeah, you could crop that out and get rid of the rest.
Yeah, there you go.
You grab a lightsaber? Oh, hell no. Here's a cool photo.
What's up, Walton?
Or,
actually, Walton, that's a good point. We will give respect to it being Leia, not Rey.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Who do you guys think in the prime? Who's hotter, Rey or Leia?
Oh, Leia.
In the prime.
Leia, because Slave Leia owns anything
Thank you.
Rey ever
Thank
did.
you. Slave Leia turned me into a man. Okay. That's boom right there. Granted, I was like 4 years old at the time, but I became a man the second Jedi hit.
Yeah.
Hey, K-Fed, I ordered this for you. It's coming in the mail. I knew how much you would love it.
Oh, the series that ended where it began. They just swapped universes. I'm like, what? This is so pointless.
I can't wait till the Acolyte show comes out.
I can.
Adam, do you want me to quit the show now or later? Are you kidding me?
That's one show that
I'm gonna miss that one.
I'm still gonna watch it.
When does it come out?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I have not watched a trailer for it yet.
You're not missing much, buddy.
Okay, Kev.
I know. I don't want to watch a trailer for it.
Kev, this is a cool one.
I think that's very cool. I love that shot.
I really, really like this one.
Yep. On the Djark table and all that. I love it.
Let the Wookiee win.
All right, I didn't platinum Elden Ring. I am 35 out of 42, which is 83% done with Elden Ring. I need to go back.
Okay, I now know how to push Crippler's buttons.
Incomplete.
I'm just gonna claim
It's
what game
incomplete.
he hasn't beat.
No, yeah, I know, right? I'm looking right now. I'm like,
Mr. Popo, what's up, Mr. Popo?
I'm looking for her name to see if I
Yeah, I
beat
was
that
gonna
boss.
say Melania is what we decided.
Melania. I wonder what's the name of the Melania
I
achievement.
really like this one. This would look good in your collection, Shane, with the scout bike in the back or whatever this is called. Not a scout bike, but his
Sith bike or whatever that thing ended up.
Sith bike. Yeah.
It's Sith scooter is what it's called.
Oh,
That's so much better.
That sounds
It's
so
Sith
much
moped.
His moped.
It's a dark side Vespa.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say. I was trying to figure out the word. Yeah, Vespa. But that's a cool print.
It is.
Yeah, I've got no issues with that. That looks cool.
Yeah, looks really good.
All right, let's get to this. Look at that. That's probably some of these pictures are a little blurry, but like this is a, I love this character. I really like this character. He is such a shit. I love him. He's so like I mean that as a villain way. He's such a good villain, you know.
You love to hate him, and that's what
You
you
love
want.
to hate him, exactly.
I could do without him drinking the breast milk all the time, but yeah, he's fucking. It just shows how sick and fucked up he is.
Right.
And he's not drinking it. He's like tonguing it in. It's like, dude, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like when you're making me uncomfortable, you know something's wrong.
Prime One, what's going on up here? This is kind of like a little sloppy for you, Prime One. It's kind of going into his hair. Maybe it's the picture, but
Oh, a little bit of the paint. I was like, what do you is?
Yeah,
you style.
Oh, you can't see it on this like live right now, but on my screen it looks like this is flowing, like the paint is going into his hair, but
Oh, gotcha.
maybe it's just the screen.
Well, again, his hair is blonde, so naturally it probably pick up some of that pigment from the skin. But
Does his outfit get really that bunched up at the elbow? Like, look at his right elbow. Does it get bunched up like that in the show?
It's a
I don't even know
band.
why he wears an elbow pad. I mean, he's fucking Homelander. It's like Superman wearing knee pads. Like
The whole thing is it's a muscle suit, so maybe
muscle suit I get, but elbow pads when you're Homelander and bomb proof. What do you got elbow pads for? So you don't hurt your elbows when you drop on the ground?
That's his Achilles heel.
Doesn't make
His
any-
elbow.
yeah, his elbows. That's gonna be
That's his
downfall.
kryptonite.
I like these shoulder like emblem pads.
Pauldrons.
Critical Mass says Sith Ped, but that could be something else. Critical Mass.
Stiff head.
You don't call me a Sith Ped, Critical Mass.
There it is with its base.
That's base is pretty cool.
I like the base, yeah.
It's simple.
Clean, simple, museum.
Mm-hmm.
Cambodian breast.
Cape looks great.
Yeah. The star of this portrait is the angry portrait, or the star of the statue is the angry portrait, I think.
Shane's favorite part.
Cod piece.
Codpiece, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, respect the cock.
I was crazy when Shane told me he collects different cod pieces.
There goes the angry portrait.
Everyone's got a niche. There's a market for it.
I love that portrait.
Yeah, this portrait
that's
is the best. Yeah.
Man.
We got the butcher.
Yeah.
The butcher. So how many of you guys in the chat and on the panel are such big, you're boys fans, but are you boys fans enough to purchase these?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the boys, but not enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start adding these to my
Space
collection.
is too much of a premium to give it to that. As much as I would love a Homelander statue, it's the space. Even Billy the Butcher, he's awesome. But
Because I love the show, but I can't get to the level of buying the statues of the show yet.
like what it
But I
comes
love
down
it.
to, you love the show, but you don't love it compared to Transformers, so you're not going to let a Homelander statue take a Transformer space.
Yeah.
That's exactly it for me. Something like that.
Percentage for likeness on this.
It's really
think
hard
it
to
looks like
picture
them. I
itself.
heard
It's
some
not
people say it
exactly great
didn't.
quality.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, go ahead, Shane.
I said the picture is not exactly good quality to begin with.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of pixelated. So honestly, that likeness right there looks way off to me. Like
Right there.
way off. When
Yeah.
I look at that, I think like 65%.
Yeah.
From that angle, that picture right there.
Yeah, I think
Like if you zoomed in
Yeah.
and we weren't talking about these statues, we've never seen these statues before, and you zoomed in from the neck to the head and you didn't show any clothing and there was nothing, we weren't talking about the boys.
Yeah.
How
like
many
we saw
people
this.
would know who this is without that context?
I think I would have.
Yeah, I would have picked up
But
on
not
it.
right away.
Yeah.
You wouldn't look at it and go, "Oh, Billy Butcher!" Instantly, you're looking, go, "That kind of looks like Billy Butcher." I guess.
I might
think-
not have picked up on it, Shane.
There's nobody else that this looks closer than. You know how some pieces will be like, is that Harrison Ford or is that this person? Like the only person that come to mind when I look at that is Billy Butcher. Like not saying it's perfect, but I'm saying like if I had to guess who this was without knowing, like I wouldn't confuse it with anybody else but Billy Butcher.
But again, we're talking just the head. You didn't see
Yeah,
clothing.
just
you
the
didn't see
head.
Anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like you're right. It looks like Billy Butcher more than it does anyone else.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look anywhere near.
It could look
like
more
Billy
like
Butcher.
him.
I say
Absolutely. Yeah.
70%. What's the final votes?
I'll say
70% for me.
65 for me. But again, more pictures and better lighting, maybe it'll be 95%. I don't know.
Good point.
Yeah.
Kev?
I bring it a little bit closer to 80 because
Okay.
I still feel like it
Really,
reads.
you give that 80 still? Interesting.
Yeah, maybe
I'm okay.
probably
Not
from the
even
other
close
shots.
for
but
me.
I'm like, nah, I pick it up.
Big crit?
I see it. I'm with Kevin. It's about 80 there.
80. Okay.
81 just to be different.
There you go. I'd like to bid $1, Bob.
2.5, I would say.
If I was ever on The Price is Right and we're going on the and we're in you got to make your
Bid.
prediction for what it costs to get into the show.
Yeah.
And if I bet like 1,800 and someone's like 1,801 and they won, I'd attack him. When he walks to that stage,
I would
I'd
totally be the guy.
and I would
totally be the guy.
you motherfucker.
I would totally be the guy. $80 and $1.
I'd attack him right there. I'd be done. That's it. I would be the
Shane
straw.
would be
I
fighting
broke
on the Price is
camel's
Right.
The price is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane's gonna jump over the podium like
Yep.
on Super Troopers. He's like, hey,
I'm more of the I'll walk around the podium and then I'll attack him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll conserve my energy.
hey, real quick, is
That's
anybody
funny.
saying about likeness on this?
Yeah, you got a couple
Um,
here. We've got 85%
85.
for him.
Yeah, Ryan mistakenly said 85. He meant to put 65.
JoJo was giving
JoJo's
a
the
likeness
best.
of I don't give a shit.
There you go.
Fair.
All right. Let's move on to this gigantic, enormous piece. We got the Optimus Prime Weapons Depot. You actually get the whole fucking depot.
Shout out to anybody who wants to put that.
Hey, listen, if you got the space and the money and you don't have a big collection or whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but
I'm trying to, and then that's I'm trying to figure out what movie is it from.
So
It's
JoJo
bad.
said, did you guys hear this Optimus is 60 inches deep? No.
Mm.
No. This cannot be almost double Devastator's depth. Devastator is 34 inches. This cannot be 60,
That little ass Devastator.
like 60 inches? Yeah, come on. Who the
Get
fuck
that
could
little
give a 5 foot-
Devastator out of here. Optimus is bigger.
That's
Dark Side of the Moon. See, I'm not familiar with the Bay movies like that. I watched them all, but
you know.
Random question, but did you guys ever see the Quentin Tarantino movie Jackie Brown?
yeah.
yeah,
When
long
I
time
see
ago.
this piece, I see Samuel L. Jackson doing that quote, when you absolutely have to kill every mother effer in the room except no substitute. I see that
Hey.
right there.
go on YouTube and search Samuel L. Jackson mother effer highlight wheel or whatever. It is like an hour of him just saying motherfucker. the
Oh
whole
man,
time.
he's got content for days just saying MFer.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
This-
I'd
Anyway,
like to
this
know from JoJo. JoJo, where did you hear the depth? I didn't or see it. He says
Jeez.
55 inches high, 50 inches wide, and 60 inches deep.
Oh, that's crazy.
Woo.
Get the so in perspective, this thing from the ground to the top is going to be 4.5 feet tall. It's going to be just over 4 feet wide, and it's going to be 5 feet deep. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So
I feel like
you can-
Art's the only one who can display this.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got an extra 3 living rooms he can put it in.
Right.
So
Jeez.
I bet you Dante gets this.
yeah, this thing's massive. All right,
Speaking of massive.
Godzilla.
Gojira, this it is dope as F.
Love it.
Godzilla. This was a big star of the show, right, guys? This
was.
was it's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, man.
This is this is not -1, right? This
This is -1.
Oh, this is
Absolutely
-1, okay.
Yeah.
I cannot say how much. I can't say more how much I love that people on the base, dude. The different poses of the people on the base, like little humans running all about their lives, running from Gojira.
Yeah, I got that picture. I'll show it here in a second.
Yeah.
Look at there they are.
Man, look at those dudes. Like that is some
Kinda pixelated, but I'll show you.
fantastic thing, yeah.
I got a better picture.
They
Here's the
handled
back of it.
Yeah, the building. They handled scale so well, dude.
Scale is perfect, man.
Yeah. Like
I
the
could
building
do with
doesn't look like a
everything.
little building.
The only thing I'm not a fan of is the fire. The fire
Yeah.
looks cheesy.
Really?
Yeah, that fire does not look great. I'm not saying it looks the worst, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look great. Like I could have done either do it better or get rid of
Yeah.
it.
I would say that
That's
as,
the weak spot of the statue if I had to pick one.
as
Ooh, look at
much
that back there.
quality as with everything over there, the fire is probably the least, but I still think it's better than a lot of fire that comes out.
I
on
agree
other
with that.
pieces.
I just think it's not on par with the rest of the statue
Yeah, I agree.
comparatively.
Yep.
If I had one Godzilla piece in my entire collection, it would be this one.
Yeah.
Yes, same
Yeah,
here.
This would be the
I
one
love
I'd
that
do.
scar on his cheekbone, dude. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's such a shout out to the classic, right?
yeah.
This is yeah, exactly, Shane. This is the Godzilla I remember. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is all of our Godzilla, our generation.
Yeah.
Anyone who's like 25 years, maybe 30 years or older, this is well, let's say 35 years or older. This is the Godzilla they grew up with.
Yeah.
There's
I
like a
love that
big
building,
piece
man.
of burnt broccoli.
But do you see what I mean? That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't look great. The building looks fantastic, and that smoke looks like shit.
I need you to
It looks
Like,
remember
it
that.
looks like you could just clunk it right in. You could tell where, like,
It's keyed.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's keyed.
Yeah.
Hey Shane.
Yeah.
When I need you to remember that energy when I battle AK in our Prime One draft thingy.
You
Look at the little
You're
people.
trying to turn me against my boy AK. I can't.
Yes,
I
I
don't know.
am. Absolutely.
You're making me choose.
Yes.
I guess everyone will see what I choose on the show.
This is
I don't know,
fucking
Crip.
nice
Like I
stuff.
said on the show, your team's stacked. I loved your picks.
Oh man, thank you. That's gonna be fun. But yeah,
It's gonna be good.
look at these little people, man. This is so cool.
What do you think of this likeness right here?
Oh, I think it's
That's
spot on.
100% Asian
Yeah,
lady.
He looks
They
like a
nail Asian
perfect
lady, dude.
faceless Asian
Whoa,
lady
what am I
running
doing
for her
with
life.
this hand?
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Random Asian lady 247 is perfect.
Easy there, Adam. That could be your mother-in-law. Take it
Oh
easy.
my God.
Take it easy, Herb.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not going to say her name on
I was going to say, don't say that.
I was gonna say, I'll just say, I'm sorry, mother-in-law. Moving on. Optimus Primal from Beast Wars. One of my favorites.
Nice.
What's up, Carl?
You playing
Question
Stellar
for you,
Blade?
Trip.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have not started it yet, but I'm excited to play it. I love me a sexy protagonist.
I was gonna say I've got mine in the wrapper, but I haven't opened it yet.
I'm working my way through Persona 3 reload right now, and after that, I'll probably play Stella. There's just so much that I gotta get to, man. So
Right.
many games.
Guys, I think I like this better than who was it? Queen? I like this better than Queen.
Yeah. I love that the base is a transformation. I think that's so awesome. You get
Exactly.
pretty much two of them.
If
You don't.
if you
yeah.
are a movie fan, this statue is no doubt for you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am not a fan of the movie version, so I would take XM, and even XM is still like a movie version. But
Yeah.
I really don't like the fur on this. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how much I dislike that fur. on this.
I knew you were gonna. I knew you were not gonna like the fur when you first
fucking
seen it.
dislike it so much.
For me,
I
it
don't
doesn't.
like
It
real
doesn't
hair
bother
on my
me.
statues.
No, I get that. For me, like I said, if I was a huge Bayformer fan and Beast War, those things lined up, there would nothing be stopping me from
Jojo.
getting this. That hair, it wouldn't stop me from getting. I think this
It
piece
would
is
be-
so.
So
Yeah.
Shane, is
I
it
agree with
fur
you,
on
Chris.
statues or just hair in general that you're opposed to?
You don't like hair in general.
He
Across
he,
the
he has
board.
like you see he shaved his hair. He can grow
That's exactly.
full hair like beautiful locks if he want to, but he hates it, so he just
He
shaves
can
it
have a
off.
big old lion mane, and if he really
I don't
wanted-
mind hair, but there's certain things I'd prefer hairless. So my statues are one of them.
Shane, can you mention any of them?
Can you elaborate?
No,
Yeah,
I'm kidding,
can
I'm
we get in a
kidding.
little bit more detail?
Buddy, I'm like,
Hey,
Yo,
you
when
just let
Adam
me,
gives
no
you the
problem.
tour,
Don't test Shane. Don't
What
test.
No, no,
language do you want it in?
Hey, we'll go on Crip show and we'll talk
there
about
we
that.
go.
I'll tell you on Wednesday what I like hairless.
Crip's got like the Jerry
No problem.
Springer of live chat.
No problem.
He's Jerry Springer.
I have the ghetto.
I'm like Montel Williams.
Freaking raunchy.
No, I would say more Geraldo.
Oh, Geraldo.
Remember when Geraldo punched that
Rivera.
dude that was like a racist? He got into like a fight on TV. Remember that?
No,
I don't know if you guys
I
remember
do.
He
I do.
jacked this dude on national television.
Yeah.
All right.
This is
Anyway,
nice.
yeah, I like more of the XM. I'm with Shane on that one. I like more of the XM pieces, and I like more of the. I guess you would call it the Gen 1 Beast Wars, right? So.
With
John
that being
kind of made
said,
a
like,
good point. He would like to see a black and white version of the -1 statue. That would be
that'd be
pretty
cool.
creative.
Yeah. Anybody? We got anything? Let's catch up in the chat a little bit. Anything good?
I've been putting their comments up here and there.
All right.
So I don't remember what I clicked. I was going to say though, if you're like a diehard G1 Beast Wars fan and you're buying the statues, I would say the OG Prime 1 are the animated series. That's what you want. And then XM is more of the movies, but with the throwback. And then Prime 1, same thing, but it's mixed media.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to Superman Justice, quarter scale, coming from Prime 1 Studios in collaboration with Blitzway, like a lot of these pieces. Some people, this is like what, Alex Ross interpretation?
Kingdom Come, Alex Ross. I freaking adore this statue. With
This
all
is
my heart.
this is a really nice Alex Ross
I
piece.
love
Really
this
is.
thing so
I like
much.
this better than LBS.
I do, because the thing with LBS, it's more multi-purpose, like giving you different iterations. You get a Kingdom Come, but it's mostly classic. It's mostly classic Superman. This is full-blown, no compromises, unadult. Like, it is straight up Kingdom Come Alex Ross, like with no chaser. It is just that.
It's so clean and sculpted.
it's-
So nice.
If you love Alex Ross, I don't see how you don't love this statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
If you
Yes.
love Alex Ross.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's the thing too. Like, I like the LBS one is cool because he's giving you options of like, if you like Kingdom Come, we have a portrait for you. If you like classic, we
Right.
have a portrait for you. But this is fuck all of that. This
Yeah.
is Alex
Yeah.
Ross, Kingdom Come,
yeah.
100%, no
100%.
compromises, no settling. This is it. And I think that's how you do it, because sure, Shane is not going to buy it, but a lot of people who are Kingdom Come fans will buy it. Whereas if you mix it, then you might not make anyone really that happy. So I just love this piece. It's just unapologetic.
They're for
Kingdom
different
Come.
collectors too, right? So this is going to be, you might have a quarter scale collector that would love to have this, and the
Yeah.
other one is a third scale anyway. So
It has
Yeah.
both, JoJo, fabric and sculpted.
Yep.
And
So
they're doing the Trinity, right? They're doing Wonder Woman and Batman
Yeah.
so far, so that lines up well.
I like
I
the
think they're doing
sculpted
both
one,
anyway.
but this thing looks fantastic.
this is great. The pose is perfect. The how everything is proportioned on his body is perfect. The wrinkles in his spandex is perfect. His thighs are not oversized.
And
They got
that's
good
exactly
colors.
how he is in Kingdom Come. He's like these kids with all of these powers, and you know what I mean? You got
Bro.
and that these older.
Look at his neck. He will
Oh,
fuck
man.
you up with his
That's
neck.
a super neck.
It's a
That's a
super neck.
super neck right there, dude.
Yeah, it's
and
massive.
the hair is spot on.
Yeah.
Is it
no.
me, or when you look at this, do you not see Ray Liotta? Go into that portrait. That's Ray Liotta right there, man.
That's a widescreen Ray, a wide head Ray Liotta.
Well, yeah, it's wide, but
Stretch it
when you
out.
look at it straight on, I see Ray. I see the eyes, the forehead, the hair.
Yeah, there's something about the eyes that are a little dark up here that gives you that Ray Liotta vibe.
The
But
crystallizations down here. This is nice.
yeah,
I think, like Crip said, I would never buy this piece. I'm really not an Alex Ross fan whatsoever, but I think this piece looks amazing.
Mhm.
Like, it's really, really good. They did
Agreed.
a great job on it.
Yeah.
Just on my style of Superman, but really well done.
And did
So I'm
we?
guessing they're going to come out with all these characters too.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, get
imagine
some of
that
them.
poster
I'd love Green
behind
Lantern.
the Green Lantern.
That'd be
Yeah.
It's so funny, man. I look at these and I'm like, God, I despise this art style so much, but I know so many people love it. But I look at this and I'm like, that Batman looks so fucking awful. It
And
looks
that
like the
Shazam
worst
right
Batman I've ever seen in my life. I can't stand it. But I know people love it, so that's great. I'm not shitting on it. That's just my opinion. And
That's
I'm
the
sure a lot of
beauty
people
of
think
it.
Jim Lee is shitty or whatever, but
Yeah.
I look at this and I'm like, wow, that's so not my style. It's fucking insane.
What is this back here? Is this another person?
Can you zoom in a bit?
Can't really see.
Oh, that's it. I'm trying to think who that is.
It's like arms. I see.
I don't even know what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, no, I think that's like, what's his name, the big dude? Because you got the little representation there on Shazam's shoulder, but that's a giant, like sort of what their version of Giant Man is, I think.
The Atom.
Atom Smasher, maybe. I don't know. See how big.
I don't know. It looks like another character's back
Yeah.
here. I don't know
But
who.
look how big he is compared to.
Can you zoom in a little bit more on the shoulder of Shazam? Yeah, like, is that an arm behind him?
That's what
It
I'm
looks
thinking,
like it-
Mitchell.
it
Like
looks
Atomic
Looks like it
Man.
is.
Mitch might be right.
Yeah.
Atomic Man? Absolutely, could be. I mean, it's got to be someone, and they're big.
I don't know what the fuck they did with this portrait. Like, what the hell is
Could
that?
also be what is that? Plastic Man or Elasticity Man or whatever the fuck they call him.
Oh yeah, remember Plastic Man?
Oh, with the glasses and all that. Oh,
Yeah. Like maybe it's him. They got
Look
two
at this.
trusty guys in the Justice League.
This is so good, dude. Look,
Look
at
at
that.
you got the
vein.
veinage.
Yeah,
you got the-
vein is very important, you know. As
It is.
I
As
mean,
long as
this
you love
is
it, Chris.
the
this
eyes.
is crazy good, guys. I'm not even into Alex Ross, but this is good.
It's
I'm
extremely well done.
Dude,
This might be fabric.
I have a
think
feeling this
yeah.
one is going to be fully mixed media, and then the sculpted one will be fully sculpted. Because
if
we
I
were
was
saying this
placing
on
bets-
Wednesday when you zoom
Yeah.
in, I pointed it out that this does not look sculpted. The
Mhm.
top looks fabric.
Yeah.
I think you're right, and if they keep the price down because of that,
Yeah, you get your choice: mixed media or
Yeah.
fabric.
What an excellent piece.
It is.
No, and,
And this again, whenever we're not collectors of it, and we don't even like Alex Ross is the last Superman I ever like, and
yeah,
this looks great.
Here's another reason I love comic book over real life statues. We look at, and it's not all of them, granted, but here's just one example. We look at this statue, even me who can't stand Alex Ross, I think this portrait looks fantastic. They killed it.
Yep.
The likeness, everything looks great.
The
But then
shadowing.
you look at Billy Butcher, and it's supposed to be a person, not a comic, and
Yeah.
look how different it is, right? Like it just,
yeah.
I'm so glad I don't collect movie statues because likeness is so hard to get.
Yeah.
Dude, this is one that had me looking around the room, and I was like, "Ooh, right there! I got Cyclops, Magneto, and Dark Phoenix." I'm like, that could be Batman. That could be this line, and I'm like, I can't get rid of my
I would
X
love to
Men.
see this piece in real
But
life.
I would love to see the Trinity. The
Yeah.
Trinity pose with the poster in the back of this is gonna look freaking absolutely stunning.
Yeah. The skin tone with the little freckles and everything looks really, really well done. Like I said, the veinage, you got really slight little veins that you could see.
Yeah.
The shadowing, the hair, the glossy, like kind of looking
Yeah,
eye.
exactly.
Yeah, the iconic chin from, a Alex Ross type Superman.
That's a hero chin right there, dude.
Yeah, he will
That's
fuck you up with that
fucking
chin.
Super chin.
Super chin.
And the fact that mixed media is done so well to the point that we was like, is it mixed media sculpted? And then you go to the sculpted one and that's done so well. And it's I'm
Down
just
to the
like,
neck, it looks like a real neck. If somebody
Yeah.
turned their neck.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I still say it looks like Ray. The more the more I'm seeing Ray Liotta, which is fine. Like Ray's whatever.
Oh
It is
shoot,
what
they
it is.
finally coming out with a Diddy statue? The Diddler?
So Kev, this is all you, right?
It is. I mean, I'm pretty much all in already without even seeing it. I've so badly wanted to have a Riddler, and at this scale, I'm gonna be in.
So that's probably what it'll look like. This is what Prime 1 is teasing, right?
Which looks, it looks a little bit more like from Batman 1 or
Animated
whatnot, but like a younger version. But hey, I'm okay with it.
So you've been waiting for 1/3 scale Riddler?
Yeah, I have, because all my pieces with the Hush line and things like that are all kind of at that 1/3 level. So I would love to get a piece like this to add to it and call it a day.
They never had a Riddler in the Arkham line, did they?
Nope.
I agree with Mitch. It is the definitive superheroes, and those ones that are coming out from Prime 1 might be the definitive additions to me, you know?
Yeah, man. And of course, you got LBS if you want to do the 1/3, but for 1/4 collectors, I just think they went all in.
I didn't get any good pictures of this dog alien, obviously 3rd scale. So they actually did a scale for alien, which is sometimes rare. They usually do non-scale. But dog alien, this is going to be a really cool pose. It coming down like off the side of like the spaceship or the inside of the spaceship. I think that's a really good pose. A really cool pose that you don't see too many alien statues do. So
I might watch Alien and Aliens today.
I was about to say, Aliens 3, it was a love-hate.
Yeah.
I loved what they did with this dog alien, but I hated that they killed a lot of the characters from the second one that they worked so hard to keep for the whole movie.
Yeah.
Dog alien is one of my favorite aliens, though. I think
Alien
it's one of the more menacing-looking aliens. Cool.
It's a cool piece.
I didn't get any good pictures of that one, but
They didn't have any.
You gonna add it, Adam?
They didn't have any good.
What's that?
pictures of it.
You gonna add this?
I don't know. I want to see the rest of it.
If you're a real fan, you would.
Nah. Guess I'm not a real fan.
Apparently not.
So this one is, I'm excited about this one. The Prey 1/3 scale coming from Prime 1 Studios. I like Prey. I like that movie. I think it was done well. I think it was a great movie. The storyline was great. It was an early interpretation of the Predator.
It was such a surprise that it was so good.
I agree.
They're showing us the inside of the mask, which that's cool.
What was the protagonist's name? I wonder if they'll do her.
I forget her name.
So do I.
I wonder why they don't do like the Duchess.
And she was great. She was a great
character.
character. She played a great, strong. I would put her with the category of strong women characters that I've seen on a screen, and
They
she
made
did
her
really good in the
more
movie.
agile and more like really believable. Versus...
I like the movie, and I realize it's a movie about a giant alien trying to kill people. So when we talk about realism, that's what it is on its own little island. So, but the one thing that got me with that movie that I didn't like, and for the record, I thought it was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like when she made that axe with the rope, and she would like just swing it and throw it.
Like Captain America's
just
shield.
stick into the tree like that, and when she yanks it and it just comes and she catches it like Captain America or like Thor catching Mjolnir, look, I get it. I get what you're going for, but at least try to obey some laws of physics a little bit. I'm not saying you can't beat the Predator, but stop with this shit. Like, this isn't the Marvel.
Honestly, back in the day, okay, got it. Yep. Back in the day, I bet you those tribal type people, they were probably badass.
They were not hitting a fucking tomahawk with a rope and randomly throwing it 50 feet inside a tree and then pulling it.
They said, no.
30 times in the air and they catch it in their hand.
Our society can't do shit physically compared to what these guys were doing back in the day. They're constantly hunting and gathering, and
that's fine. Physics still applies.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a movie, Shane. It's a fucking movie.
Like I said, it's just one thing I could have done without that, and the movie still would have been great. It was just unnecessary.
Yeah. It'll be cool to see when this piece is done, though.
Mitchell just didn't like the dog being put in danger.
100%. Anyone that would put their dog in danger deserves to get killed.
Bitch.
Oh, hey, Crib, this is all you.
I love the detail and everything on this statue. Like I said, I've got the game. I loaded it up. The graphics are beautiful. I can't wait to play it. But
so good.
That's what I thought of too.
The fake ass avatar.
Alloy. Is that how you say your name? Alloy?
Alloy, yep.
Alloy.
Or Aloy. Aloy, I think is how they say it.
Isn't it Aloy?
Aloy? No, just Aloy. They say it super.
Look at this. Look at this. This is awesome.
It's just such amazing statue. For a game that is good, but man, if they put that type of If they make a statue like this for Final Fantasy characters, dude, I would lose my shit. I would sell everything and get all of those if I didn't have room, dude.
You got the other version of her right here.
Yep.
And I don't know what these creatures are called, but you got
that is the Strider, Claw Strider, or something like that.
There you go. Man, so many good video game statues coming from Prime 1.
Yeah, man. As soon as they get the license, like I said, man, give me a freaking Arif, a Tifa, a freaking Cloud. Is that?
Look what John Connor said.
Sephiroth
was trained by Scorpion. I think he meant to say Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. But
look at this.
Yeah, that is some really great paint work, dude. And look at the detail on the tip of the spear, the wires and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I hear a lot of people bringing this up. Mitchell wants to know why Prime 1 hasn't done the Wolf Predator, but they did. They jumped.
They might be working on it right now.
I know, but I feel for him because people want that Wolf Predator, right? It's one of the, I'd say, top 3 most popular predators.
Top 3.
I'd say top 2, really. Probably top 2.
Probably Jungle Hunter and Wolf are probably the most popular.
Exactly. So the fact that they don't have one is really crazy. And now with they're coming out with all those, what does Rashid call them? Those ghetto fucking
the Gold Gym Predators.
They look like they're in football pad.
Yeah, like it's really
Predators.
weird that they haven't done a wolf.
Yeah.
This looks excellent.
Oh man, John Connor, that's a great point. Like he was expecting like their Avatar line to look like this because this shit looks amazing.
The paint work is
it looks like paint that is painted on that's still wet.
Great. Yeah, flow of her hair is really nice. You got really bright reds and greens and blues.
And I look at this, and I didn't get to this part of the game yet, so they spoiled it. So eventually, she's gonna look like this. But I might I might play that game, get to this part, and be like,
yeah. And then it doesn't look like this is all like melded together. That you can see that this
like
is very
an attachment. It's like it's.
She got gloves on.
Yep. I love stuff like that. Like Prime and XM do that stuff the best, dude. Like
look at it down here.
Like layers of layers.
Exactly.
Wrinkles,
layers of detail.
Yeah, man. And not detail for the sake of detail. All of that stuff is unique patterns.
It's got like that burlap sack kind of look right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could see her skin under here, under the paint, I think.
Yeah. And they cover up her dog face, so that's good too.
Very cool.
Ooh,
here was one of the big contenders, right?
Hey, I watched the first 2 episodes of Attack on Titan. I'm going through it again after seeing this statue, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This
I think a lot of people are now.
So sick.
Yeah,
perfect pose, very dynamic.
Yeah.
You got like, I don't even know. I didn't watch the latest one, so I don't know what these characters are called, but his arm is coming up in the middle of a dynamic pose where he's just like, I mean, that is a cool pose.
The base is one of the best bases I've seen all year because it has just as much, like when you zoom out and you see where the arm is and his point of view and all that. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Freaking. It's
so
like
just a little background on this is that's the Beast Titan. And the whole thing about these Titans is mostly they're just like these mindless big creatures running around. He's the one who can actually talk and kind of orchestrates the battle and stuff like that. So this battle right here is legit. This was about season 4.
Season 3, right? Oh, season 4?
3, season 4. I can't remember where it ends up, but yeah, it's toward the end here. But this is a phenomenal sequence.
Yeah, I'm going through it all again, dude, and super enjoying it. Even better than I remembered it. Look at this thing, dude. Dude. For somebody who loves dynamic statues, this is a Dio that does not waste any space, dude. Like everything is complementing the scene in a beautiful way.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm gonna just throw this in here to tell a story. I'm just gonna throw this in. No, just look at that. I never seen the scene. I can't wait to get to it. But I'm imagining it and can't wait to see it when I get to season 4, dude. Because I only ever seen up to season 1, and then season 2, I think I seen half of it, and then I think they went on hiatus because they only gave us half of a season, and I was pissed. And then I never went back after that. But now that everything is out and done, I'm gonna go back through all of that shit, dude.
No distinctive seam lines that I can see at first glance. You know, the flow of the arm looks really nice. The pose, like we said, looks awesome. The flow of his like cloak going
The
up.
movement is spot on with everything going on, like the woofs, the swooshes.
Yep,
Yeah.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
all
because
flows.
Levi does a whole 360 attack on this where he spins the whole time as he's fighting, and
Dude.
they're capturing that. They're capturing it right here of all this motion.
And
So,
I don't
Kev,
know if you
this
got a
is-
close
this
up of
is
the face,
100%
but those teeth and eyes are so dope too.
Yeah, this is 100% coming home. So when it does, we'll do an unboxing, all that. It'll be
Oh
fun.
man.
So, man, if
I
you look,
I
close
reserve
enough,
I
I'd go to your
reserve a
house
seat
and
there.
see this
There you
thing.
go. Cheers. We'll just come up to your place.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got front row view.
Yeah.
So we got some more fun statues right here. These are, I don't know what scale this is, but it's probably like a 10 scale line of Fallout statues. This is the power armor.
Yeah.
This looks actually like I might pick this up, but
Just put the helmet on it.
yeah, I would never show this Play-Doh face.
never display that helmet.
Yeah, never. But this looks cool.
Man.
See the details up close.
I'm upset that it took a freaking TV show to get excitement into Fallout again because their games have been trashed the last couple of years.
They have, man. And that's disappointing.
And their early games are so good.
Maybe they'll get some more funds to make something good out of this show. They've been
Yeah, give
pushing
that
the show
license
pretty
to
hard.
someone else, dude, because Starfield was trash too. So Bethesda needs to work on that shit.
This ain't bad though. Look at the size.
A little baby, power
Baby
armor.
power armor.
Brotherhood of Steel.
I like it.
And,
I even like. I don't typically like this, but I don't mind that either. I think that looks cool.
I'll put a Pit Boy right by it.
Oh, they did a statue of me again.
You got Kev right here, 10 scale.
Yeah. Hang in there.
Fake ass Cat Bane.
And get in there. This dude is a badass in the show. I don't want to spoil it, but like this dude.
It's like Western Red Skull.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I gotta see. Like I did the first episode and was already like, "Yep, this is getting watched." So
Yeah.
His portrait actually does not look bad in this scale.
No, it looks good.
it looks better than that last one that you showed. Who makes these?
Good question.
If you don't know, it's all good.
Yeah, this looks really nice skin texture. That looks just like his nose.
Poor guy.
Or what used to be.
Dirty little ghoul.
That looks like Ryan Reynolds playing the Red Skull.
Great job on that. There goes the scale.
Fuck, that's small, eh? But that's cool.
Oh yeah, John Connor. That freaking that Halo show was. I didn't get past the
it's
first
so
one.
bad. Sorry, the helmet comes off.
Oh, is
Master
it
Chief.
bad?
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh man, yeah.
Can't
Is
do it,
this
guys.
on
I can't
video?
do it.
So
Is
at
this
least they got a
on
guy
video?
with like no hair this time with like tattoos.
That's what I was just going to say. This guy has zero arm hair, the exact
Well,
opposite.
If this is a guy, I
That's
hope
how you like it.
this is a
Yeah,
guy.
I mean,
You like
Yeah, this is how you like your guy, saying right? Is all
there you
bald?
go.
Must be a swimmer.
Cool. Terrible. Freaking terrible. What?
Don't show this. This is gonna make me not like this show.
I'm quitting the show now. I'm not watching this show no more. You got the roach down there. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Not bad. I mean, look, these things are not supposed to be knocked out of the park.
These
Still not
are
that
like,
scale.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, what they do to that pit boy?
I like the beginning, the first episode. It's just sort of like how they captured just how you would build your character and your traits and your abilities. And
They forgot to give her fingernails.
the fucking She slowly radiated. She turned into a ghoul.
Yeah, he turned into a ghoul, man. And they got one of her fingers the wrong color. But all right.
Oh, I'm not critical mass. I love the first episode.
I'm actually going to watch it today after
You
we're done.
should. You'll love it, Shane.
Oh, Dane, let me know what you think after you're done, man.
I just wanted to get caught up on a few other shows. I finished watching. You ever watch the TV show Suits?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah.
series.
No, but I hear good things.
That doesn't
Of course
look terrible from that side.
I
but
mean,
To be
it
honest,
dep- it-
1/10
it-
scale. Who's getting this close to your statue?
Right.
Hey, I'm just saying that.
they got some nail polish over here.
Oh,
They
yeah,
got,
that kind of crazy.
They got a melded bandage.
Yeah.
Adam, I feel like you're tougher on the smaller scale statues than the big ones.
I like it.
I give them a little bit more lenience.
Listen, I have seen the little Warhammer statues that people paint, the little models. Those things are microscopic and they look really good when some people are done with it.
Oh, well,
This is
yeah.
a company, right? So I'm just saying, you didn't give her fucking fingernails.
But Adam, on Devil's Advocate, you're talking about people middle class or upper who buy these little figures and then paint them and buy the best paint and take fucking months to paint these things out of love.
I mean, I get it.
Compared to someone who makes 43 cents an hour in a Chinese factory painting this.
Hey, take all of that out of it. Bad is bad. This looks bad.
That is bad.
That is bad.
But if you're going to be bad in a small scale. So it looks less.
Look, I don't want to. I'm not trying to. I said I like the other ones. The body or the.
No, you're right. The
armor
fingers
look
on
good.
this
Yeah.
are
The ghoul
ridiculous.
look good.
Dude
You
has
know?
no fingernails. A dude that has
Yeah,
no
that's-
fingernails.
That's some fingernails on her. What the hell?
Yeah.
You got like Gumby hands.
Yeah. I want to say that if I collected small scale at point, like with my Witcher series when I was doing Geralt and Triss, and that looked fantastic at a smaller scale than that. Stuff you just see at the comic book store and you pick up, and that's something I'll see at a comic book store. Same budget, same everything, and be like, no, this ain't it.
For all the Lord of the Ring fans,
Oliphant, baby,
My God,
that
look,
thing.
that thing is
insane.
4 feet tall.
But when you take
Or
it down,
four-
it only counts as one,
I think
right?
it's 4 feet long or 4 feet tall. It's huge.
Golly.
Oh, there's the
Look at this.
57.5 inches.
it's almost 5 feet tall.
Holy shizebot.
Tall as my
dude.
wife.
That thing is 6.5
Tall as me.
inches long. 5.5 feet long.
Yo, if you put a kid by that, that's gonna be bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy, man.
I love the Oliphants, dude.
That thing's magnificent.
Yeah.
Where's your shoes?
He's like, yo, take your shoes off.
It's a cool. This is neat. The way they got the orcs.
Yeah. Man,
It does still count as one. Great line.
Honey, how many statues did you buy? Just one.
Just one.
It's
Like
like
Gimli
yeah.
says it's one. We're good.
just
I'm
one.
only buying one statue every 2 months. This Devastator, the Optimus Prime, coming out.
These things are, you need some
yeah.
room space for
And
these.
you see those aren't even.
I feel
orphans.
like the
Those
elephant
are-
head could have been done a little better, but
You know what? You're not wrong. What
Zoom
I
in a
love
bit,
about
Adam.
it,
Zoom in. Look at the little arrows on his face.
that is dope. Let me see if they actually put the Easterlings in there, or did they just put orcs in there? Like, if they put Easterlings in there,
They had to have.
Yeah,
With that
those-
much
those-
detail, they're not going to skimp out on that. Yeah, they
those,
did.
Those are Easterlings in there, dude.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not making something that big and then getting that kind of detail wrong.
Yeah, no. that
so
is-
Shane threw some customs in here. This cable was
I like
awesome
this
looking.
cable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, it's too bad his son's such a fucking pussy, but
See, you done start that shit again, Shane. You gonna make me? You gonna make me slander
Let me
Wolverine?
ask you. Wait, let me ask
You gonna make me
Kevin.
slander Wolverine?
Kevin,
Yeah.
completely unbiased, even though we're bros, completely unbiased. Do you think Cyclops is a pussy. I'm not saying he's not a cool character, but is he a bit of a dud? Comparative to like the other X-Men, Gambit and Wolverine. Fuck,
Sure.
even Beast has more personality.
He's got douche-like traits.
Yeah. He's a
teacher.
douchebag.
He's the
Like
teacher
any
pet.
good leader.
That's not true. Optimus Prime isn't a douchebag.
Uh,
Cobra Commander.
Shane's got a good
Cobra Commander is a
rebuttal.
Hey, there's different layers. I'm saying, dude, like, I think the show is capturing Cyclops. Oh my, why y'all done get AK started?
It's on
Stay on
again.
him, AK. Stay on him.
No. Hey,
I'm
listen,
turning that AK to full auto. Brap,
Look.
brap.
y'all just have some nerve, man. Y'all can
I'm
just watch
negotiating.
X-Men 97 and see the true Wolverine and compare Wolverine to Cyclops in X-Men 97 and you get your answer.
Bro, well,
Just
here,
some
here,
bum
look.
says, I'm with Shane. I've been saying this forever. Cyclops.
God damn it, just a bump. Just some bum. You too. At two, Brutus. At two.
Cyclops is cool, but he's just like, he reminds me.
Oh, not Adam too. I'm getting
Listen,
jumped.
Cyclops is a cool character, but he is like the teacher's pet, man. Nobody likes anybody that plays
He's
by the rules
fucking
all the time.
vanilla. And
Like,
lame.
You guys have a
You
very
said.
limited range. Have you guys seen
No,
him in
hang
some
on,
of
hang
his
on, hang on.
best
If
arcs?
we went and we did some bad shit that we weren't supposed to do, and he came with us, he's 100% snitching on us, bro. I'm
He's
telling you.
not. No.
that
Cyclops
bitch gets
is a bitch,
stitches.
bro.
No.
snitch.
No.
You think Wolverine would snitch on us?
Of course not.
Hell no.
Well,
think Gambit
Wolverine got his own problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all
Scary.
like
Here we go.
Wolverine
Here's
type
a
character.
homophobe. Let's hear it.
who me?
You. Yeah, you're going to
No.
make fun of Wolverine and Morph.
I am the furthest thing from that.
No, I know you're not.
But no, the Cyclops is cool. He leads the X-Men. He be like saying the
half of that
dopest shit.
statement's true.
He be like,
Half of that
yo,
statement's true. He leads the X-Men.
hey, I'll go up against all of you guys right now, but I don't want to derail the show. I got something for you Wednesday.
All right, so this right here, this is a little weird.
Yeah, it
This
is.
This is a little weird, but
Yeah. What
Yeah,
is-
it's a little like sideshow Wolverine 1/3
Yeah.
scale. It's overdone. It's exaggerated, but a lot of people like that Eric Sosa exaggerated musculature.
that is definitely not my cable, but it's a good cable.
Exactly. It's not my cable, but I could appreciate it.
Yeah.
My cable is actually the sideshow cable. That's still my favorite cable.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
fair.
a great one, Shane. No,
Yeah, I love
completely
that
agree
piece.
with you
It's
on that.
simple. It's perfect.
All right, for the Transformer fans, what are we thinking about Ant's debut here of Optimus?
It definitely looks better than the pictures I seen earlier, but what do you guys think? I have my opinions on this, but
I like it.
I wasn't the biggest fan originally of the XM Optimus Prime. So I really like the statue. I own it. Obviously, I
Mhm.
love it. But I was a little thrown off because it was a little too over modernized for my
Mhm.
liking. And this is same thing. Now, once I see it colored and painted, cool. But I was looking for me more of an action pose for Optimus.
Mhm.
So that's why I got that one. But you know, this has potential. This could look good.
yeah,
Seeing it here non-colored looks really good.
yeah, it definitely like the way they paint this is gonna determine
Yes.
everything,
If
depending
they
on
use
if it's
that
gonna
nice
be
red fire engine red that pops and that deep blue, man,
yeah.
this thing would be killer. The
'Cause,
paint
you know,
is
like,
going to make this.
Because I wasn't a fan of how Devastator was painted, so if it's very similar to that, where it's very uniform and not a lot of variety.
Yeah, you're hoping that his chest, the windshield, is actual glass or plastic
Exactly. If that
we
looks
can
like
see, not just painted
stickers,
white or blue.
exactly.
stickers.
Like if the
I get
glass
it.
looks like stickers, I'm out. Like if they just tint it white or something, I'm out.
And honestly, considering with Ant in charge, Devastator was the first of the Transformers.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means that's how they're going to go with all of them, or if that's just how they wanted to go specifically with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is gonna be a good sort of like not test because they're not on it. Freaking, it ain't school, but it's gonna be a good indicator of what direction they're going with their line. The pose is much to be desired for it. They're very big pieces, so I'm not expecting crazy dynamic. But that's why I love the fact that XM, even their big pieces, they were able to get some sort of movement out of them. There's like literally no movement here.
So I think what Ant, and I'm not speaking for him because I don't know, but I have talked to him about his Transformer line quite a bit. I think what he's going for, as you could see, is more. He's not trying to continue XMs so that you could put them. You can put them together, but because XM's still doing theirs, right? So if that company was done with the line, and then Ant's like, all right, I'm going to make these 7 statues to fill the holes, and I think people will buy them, then it makes sense. But considering they're still making it, I think he's just doing his own Transformer line that is big, the same 1/10 scale, but takes less room because it's not as dynamic. So you could fit more.
I love that they're doing their own
trying
thing.
To appeal to a different style of Transformer audience. So
because that's the thing. A lot of the XM stuff, like they're not available anymore unless you go aftermarket. So like there's a huge market for them to do it. They don't have to. Don't do XM. Do your take on it. But yeah, it's just gonna be people that's gonna be like either like, man, I missed out on the XM line, so here's a really good take on Transformer line, and here's a really good take on the Transformers by PCS. I just say like there's certain reasons why I went with XM. So like, if those aren't there, it doesn't mean it's gonna be bad. It's just sort of like I'm hoping it could be good for the next people who couldn't get XM Transformers and then still have some awesome Transformers to get. And that's my hope. So it depends on how they paint it.
Yeah, like I don't mind a museum pose on statues. I'm usually more of a semi-dynamic is more my sweet spot. But I do like a really good dynamic here and there, or I don't mind a museum. But I for my Transformers, I personally would like it a little more semi-dynamic and less museum. But talk about how good it looks. The paint, like it's got the bones. The paint's going to make or break it. Because
they're robots, and if you don't get the robotics, the gears, the pistons, and you don't get those painted right,
that's right.
It's just going to look like a less than a Tonka toy, just a big giant. You know what I mean? So it's like, but Cosmic Galaxy and FigureCon pop know what's up.
Hey, Cosmic Galaxy, did you snitch on people too when you were a kid?
No, you leave he's protected. You leave Cosmic Galaxy alone.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Anyway, I think this looks great so far. Hopefully, I think the XM pieces look a little bit better, only because of the detail. Oh, whoa. And
it's also hard too. Like the XM has proven themselves to be arguably the greatest line that's ever been made for statues. Some collectors would say, I sure as hell would put them up there. So then we're comparing it to PCS, which hasn't even put out a Transformer piece since Ant's been in charge. So all we've seen is renders and shit, and now this.
But hopefully this is a little bit better detailed than the Devastator that we saw. So we'll see what happens. But again, I think they're supposed to be like a kind of cartoon or comic based a little bit, like kind of, I don't know.
It's so weird because they won't. At first, it was going to be a modern thing, and then when Devastator was revealed, it said it's not going to be a modern thing. It's going to be a. So they're doing their own thing with it. I just don't know where it's landing until I see some of the original G1.
This is going to look awesome with his switch out.
Don't they got Canali on this, or is it the brothers?
The K brothers?
Yeah,
they were doing Devastator.
Okay, I know he's got some heat on the scopes for these things, so we'll see.
All right, we got what is this, Conan, or not Conan? Excuse me.
That's Prince Adam.
Who is this again?
This is He-Man.
That's He-Man. Prince Adam, right?
But it's a very modern, stylized take on He-Man. And just for the record, when I spoke to Ant last year about his Transformers, and I said, so you're going with a more modernized style, kind of like XM type thing? And he said, I like to think of it more of an organic look than a modernized look. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's a different take.
They got a vision for it, so I hope it
exactly.
This He-Man looks... This is a cool He-Man.
Very realistic looking He-Man.
Right.
if they would have made a good movie of it, this is probably what it could have looked like.
Agreed. They really need to make a good He-Man movie.
Dude, the thing is, it's like the perfect blend of fantasy and sci-fi. Like, it's the perfect marriage of it. And the fact that they miss out either on the fantasy aspects of it and bring it to Earth and all of the stupid stuff, or they just don't embrace what makes it great, dude. You got sci-fi weapons like with Man-at-Arms and all of these dudes with freaking sorcerers. And
look at
you
the
got
shit over
that
here.
are flying and everything.
This could be huger than Lord of the Rings for a lot of people. Like, this could actually be the thing that bridges sci-fi and fantasy fans together, because people already like the bones of it. Now just make it modernized.
Is that the little castle thing, or
who knows? It looks like
Castle Grayskull.
Like
Can you zoom in again?
I got the power.
No, I don't think that's Castle. I think they're on the jawbridge for Castle Grayskull. Like, you see the spikes coming out. It looks like the jawbridge with the teeth that comes down. Like the whole base.
I don't like that perspective there, because look how the cat doesn't even fit through that door. I mean, nobody's fucking fitting through that door.
Am I building a school for ants?
Yes, am I building a school?
Fucking movie's amazing.
All right.
The files are in the computer.
Yeah, they're making these X-Men that just look like they're cold girls. Well, not really her, but you remember that storm we seen last week?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Hello, boys.
Actually, I think he would do a great job as He-Man. Alan Richardson, or whatever his name is.
How is that show? I hear good things about
Reacher.
it.
No, that show's amazing, Crip.
Okay.
It show's
I'm gonna
really
add
good.
that to the list too.
You guys like this Jean Grey?
It's right under the thirsty line.
Yeah.
That's
The
not
face
really-
is a little too, I don't know, anime-ish, maybe.
Yeah, she's just
And-
looks seductive.
She looks like she's
trying to-
15.
I don't think it's terrible. Well, Vision will love it. I don't think it's terrible.
Oh my god!
Wow. Guy's not even here to defend himself.
Well, that's the best time to do it, obviously.
Right.
You learn that in the Army, day one. Always blame it on the guy who's not around to defend himself. Always.
Jeez.
Anyway, there's
It's
so
not
many
one that
other
I
and
get.
better
Oh, he is
things.
here. Good man.
Oh, he got caught red-handed.
There it is.
To be
Get
fair,
him,
I'm doing
baby.
it on YouTube. I wasn't trying to hide it.
True
I
there.
appreciate the
didn't-
cakes and I appreciate the tetas, but
As
but yeah.
soon as you mention underage girls, fucking Vision, boom.
He
So
said,
that's
"Yo,
what
wait." He
what's
gets
up, Vision? He's a good
notifications.
sport. He's a good sport with this shit.
He's a good sport. After he roasts him, he's a good sport about
He's
it.
a good sport.
He's a
my
good guy.
my butterback is tingling.
My back's dripping. Someone talk about underage girls.
All right,
That's
all
a
right.
sport.
All right. This is the Wednesday trip.
Yo, look, she got it like a G-string. What?
I'm not even staying on this damn statue anymore. I should have said nothing about being 15. She just had a young portrait. That's all I was trying
Yeah,
to
that's
say.
on you.
This is dope.
Sandman statue. The sand.
I like this one.
crazy good.
Painted by Matt. It looks great.
Yeah, I think this is one of the better Sandman out there. I like this
100%.
Yeah, it's like, I think XM is a really good Sandman statue, but
Mhm.
even better. Takes up less space and just. But I mean, they've had what 10 years to improve on it.
Mhm.
If I had a Spider-Man line and I needed the villains, this would you definitely fall into it. So part of the Sinister Six here.
Mhm.
Was Sandman an original Sinister Six, or did I just make that up?
I
I'm
tried
trying
to think of
remember.
the original because there's been so many
That's
iterations.
what I'm getting. I'm getting the lines blurred there. If you
Well,
will.
Do you think this transitional portrait looks good?
I like it. I think it captures exactly who Sandman is. So I'm
I
good with
don't
it.
think he was, Kev.
Okay,
I'm not
yeah.
100% sure,
it
but
was
I
like
don't think he was.
Craven and it was like Craven, Electro, Vulture, I believe, and of course Doc Ock.
Hawk, yeah.
I think
Rhino.
the last one was Mysterio.
Rhino. Mysterio.
Rhino.
Looks like he's mad. He's pissed because he's got some poop on his face.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like usually you get mad when poops in your face.
I always thought that Sandman's power is one of the coolest powers you could have.
It looks good. I mean, this really looks like sand.
Yeah. It was
Like,
always
you got to
fun.
think how much sand there is in the world, like underneath the oceans, everywhere. Like this guy, he's got a lot of power. He could grow pretty big and just destroy a city, no problem.
But then all Spider-Man
Right?
ever does is just find the biggest source of water.
I know.
I
know.
And he's a rat. I
Exactly.
never liked Sandman. I always thought Sandman was cool, but I always thought it was like somebody just get water guns and just shoot this dude.
Dude, if
Like,
you're
it's not that
Sandman,
hard.
how do you not go to like Arizona or
Right.
the Middle East and live in a desert and be all
Yeah.
omnipotent?
I would
He's
live
in-
in the Middle East. Yeah.
He's in Manhattan.
There's like 1 billion miles of sand. You could just destroy the earth if you wanted to. Like, what are you doing in New York?
Yeah.
So if
That-
it was Sandman, then let me count him
Oh,
now.
he
Like
is the
it was,
original.
it's
Okay.
Sandman.
Okay.
I know Craven was there. Mysterio was there. Doc Ock was there. Vulture was there. Electro. Okay.
Well, then that's
So
6.
Sandman, then that would have been it. Then Sandman would have been the 6.
Okay.
If it was
All right.
right.
Thanks for the
enough.
confirmation, man. I don't feel so bad
Yeah.
about my Spider-Man knowledge.
Yeah,
Bats
yeah,
is
yeah,
just
yeah.
making this up. It's not even Sandman.
No,
Hey,
no,
guys, right
if
now-
Sandman was there, that would be the 6. But I don't see anybody else that would replace him back then. So I think
Yeah.
this is probably great.
We got about 40 something people watching right now, guys. If you can go ahead and hit that like button if you don't mind, if you enjoy the content.
And if you just want to unsubscribe because of Shane, go right ahead.
That's fine. I'll sleep.
It was good having you follow us, Vision.
All right, let's go. Let's continue.
I know Ant's taking some heat on this one, but I still don't see the portrait. I just don't see it.
Well, let's do this because I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but hang on. Let me go to this real quick. Okay.
I still don't see it.
No, Kennedy.
I grew up in this era. This was like my NBA, and I just don't see it.
I don't know. I don't think it's fair right now, Adam. I don't know, but I know they have a con right now. Not a con. C2E2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's some new pictures coming out.
I sent those to Adam also.
Yeah, because I don't think it's even worth going over these because it doesn't even look like this anymore. Not saying it's better or worse, but at
No,
least
it's a
we can go
better
over-
picture that they took at the con.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm just going to look
Yeah.
at this real quick. I'll see if I can pull up those pics in a sec.
hmm
Yeah, I could actually send them again, Adam, if they're easier to get. If I resend.
I'll take a look. Yeah. All right, hang on a second.
Yeah, I just don't want us to be on that when we know that there's at least some modern stuff to go over. Well, up-to-date pictures to go over. Y'all would know this if you all read your omnibuses. They're for reading, not decoration. Damn, Kennedy coming at us, yeah.
Wow.
Kennedy's coming at us. AK be shooting. AK, you ready for your match on Wednesday?
Is this is from the con, I think.
There we go. Yeah. I think that's a fatal pick.
Doesn't look as bad there.
Doesn't look as bad. I do think it's still is not 100. It's not the best likes, but I think the up-to-date information is that this is sort of like a 3D printed version of it. So what I do like about just the line, like if you zoom out and see them together without looking at the faces, it looks dope. Like to have the players just like one doing their like point guard shit and Jordan doing his thing. I think that aspect of it is good. As far as the faces and the likenesses and stuff, I still, even with the up-to-date pictures, it's not doing it for me, but it's definitely better than the pictures they threw up before.
So I'm hoping for the Trinity here. So if you have,
Larry
you know,
Bird.
we've already got Jordan. Yeah, Johnson. We need Larry Bird.
Yeah.
That would be great.
My issue with this piece is zoom in right there,
Where?
like right on his arm. When did he get so jacked?
Oh, that's what happens when nah.
Like, I mean, he's obviously.
I was about to say something that was just
athlete,
tasteless.
but I don't remember Magic Johnson being that shredded.
No, he wasn't. He was big, but not
Yes.
toned. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. He had size, but he didn't have definition like that.
Yeah.
I
Not
think
that
it's
remember.
I think it's great that he's doing it. You know,
I think this line is that's good.
It has so much potential, dude. Like these are all classic icons.
there's some
in
diehard.
basketball.
There's some
Yeah.
like just forget like our Marvel, DC, all that crap. There is some diehard sports fans out there, diehard basketball fans. So
Yeah.
even people that don't collect statues that might get the onesies and twosies and just have it in their man cave. They got a basketball themed man cave. It'd be good.
At this point, I'm looking forward to see what the final product looks like, because it's just sort of everything that's it's just mostly speculative, because we know it's not final. And if I was to judge it off what they're showing, I do think the portraits still need work.
Yeah.
They're willing to put the work in, so we'll just see what happens when they deliver in it, because the potential is huge. Like there was a video I think Fatal did where you don't get close to them, all you see them, and it looks sick. It looks like the icons on a basketball court, like doing their thing, and it's without getting close. It's when you get close to the portrait of Magic is when you're like, okay, I gotta see a finished product because it's not doing it for me.
Here you go for all your little thirsty asses.
All the thirsty people in the chat, raise up.
I'll tell you though, this is a cool statue. I love how the blood is her costume. That's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
Does this guy have a Ninja Turtle?
Yes.
Is that a Ninja Turtle backpack? Oh, sorry.
Buddy, that guy right there needs to say something for the rest of us.
You will not be shaming my geeks.
Hey, it's Comic-Con.
No, I'm not shaming him. I didn't know. I didn't know if it was a. I just caught my eye. I was like, oh.
I dressed up as Gandalf the Black when I went to see Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. My little brother was a hobbit with furry feet. It was glorious.
This actually looks a little better with a live photo, you know, or like a I don't know how I would describe that, but like a photo from the con, it looks better.
Yeah.
I'm good on these two pieces. I really, really adored the Prime 1 Vampirella. I do like the concept of this one, but it's something about the blood that's just not doing it for me. It doesn't. It looks red, but it don't necessarily look like blood. It just looks red.
Yeah.
Looks like wax.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's why it's not really convincing.
I feel like I'm gonna get a bottle of Makers or something.
Where
like
you just you just showed the Chainsaw Man chick that had like the really freaking fantastic looking fake blood, where this one just looks like it could be any red substance. The groupies we were referring to earlier.
Man,
yo, it's me Vision sent me this, dude. This shit is crazy.
God, I've watched this video like 100 times this week.
I know, right? I was like, dude, these
Kevin, are you not getting this?
Okay, the Optimus, the Grimlock, these are ones that it's like $800-900, and this would be something I would play with right away. I'd be like, this is really cool. I love it. And then I wouldn't do anything with it. The guy almost got taken out there.
Alan, if you had the volume up, you could hear he gives it commands. He's like, shoot, and that's when he starts shooting, tells him to transform.
You guys can't hear it? Yeah, no, and it's like Frank Welker doing the voice too. I love it. I mean, everything about this is great.
Shout out Edwin Diaz.
What's up, Edwin?
Shane, I don't know how to put it up any louder than what it is.
Oh, well, we're getting no volume from it at all.
That thing is phenomenal.
I think you got to select a certain tab.
Yeah, it's in your settings when you share screen. Yeah. You gotta make sure that you include the audio, I believe.
For Apple users, you have to do something else. You have to say.
Mistakes were made. Yeah, I mean, if you can't get the volume. I mean, what about on the video itself? Maybe you have like the volume muted on the video.
No, it's up.
Yeah, I want his jersey though.
I kind of dig it on that too. It's kind of like,
that thing is dope to take. I'm over there like, yo, where can I get that jersey?
Yeah, that is bad at Kev.
Yeah,
it is. But again, I'm like, for that price, I'm gonna play with it for a little bit, and then I'm not gonna do much with
How much
it. Where
is
I
it?
could,
Bad
it's
one.
like $900.
They're expensive.
It's $8.99.
Yeah. Where I can get a statue and I can look at that for.
But you
days.
got to think, it's voice activated, right? It transforms, it
Oh,
shoots,
it's not-
it moves
it's awesome.
forward.
But I'm not gonna play with it
actually
every day.
drive forward with you commanding it to. Like, it's pretty cool.
I think what K-Fed is saying is that would have been great when he was 5 to 10 years old. Now
Hell
he's collecting
yeah.
statues.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I'd show off some friends when they come in and go like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And then it go back in the box or something. I don't know. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it.
That's what would happen 100%. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you're gonna be doing that all day.
You're not displaying it because of the beautiful
With that being
art.
said, there's not many 5 to 10-year-olds getting that. It's all 40-plus-year-old men.
I know. You're absolutely right.
With
I
me,
thought
all
about
right
getting
there.
it too. I thought about getting
Crippler,
it too.
that's the thing. We are 5 to 10-year-old men.
Yeah,
You ain't wrong.
Edwin, what's up?
What's up, Edwin?
Edwin Diaz.
Yeah, so that's all
Yeah.
I got for today. I mean,
Star screen. When he transforms, he yells, "Retreat!"
Oh, I want a star scream. That'd be awesome.
a lot of cool stuff. Anything that we saw today that you guys are like getting it?
We didn't
Yeah.
see the cami, so thank you for that.
Oh, I can pull her up. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I already closed out all my shit.
Cammy, I think, is the best Street Fighter statue I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Get it, man, if you like it that much.
I know.
You just said why you should buy it. You said in your life. That's pretty strong.
I know. But that's a whole. Because then I'm gonna want that Yuri, Yuri. Then I'm gonna want that freaking Akuma, Ryu, Victor.
John Connor, those who are getting the Megatron are probably doing only to flex their 7-year-old nephew. Their 7-year-old.
Yo, you can't get this.
Mitch
Brad.
says, I'm definitely getting the Neo and John Wick. Yeah, we talked about that on Crip Show. Go check that out, by the way. Constructive Outrage. Got a really good show over there. That's Crip Show. And then they got, Shane's part of that show as well. We did a live stream for the showcase where we had a bunch of us, Crip had a bunch of us on there, and Mr. X joined us, which was pretty cool because you don't see him on live shows too much. So
It was funny, and thank you guys for being there, K-Fat
Yeah.
and
Of course.
Adam, of course.
Yeah.
And like I said, the backstage stuff was even crazy. Like I was just sort of like, what Ledge was he was doing?
Oh,
on stage,
Ledge.
dude.
Ledge is an
so
animal.
awesome, dude.
Ledge said, look at my collection. This is great.
Hey, he just had to walk to his bedroom. It's all good.
Dude.
Listen, we love Ledge. That's why we're chopping it up with him. You know what I mean?
And that was
So-
fun. But what's cool was getting close to seeing. I think what a lot of people would appreciate it was he got close to his collection, was able to show a
One of
lot
the
of
best
his
displays
stuff.
out
So, dude, he's
One of the
got
best
some-
displays.
amazing stuff.
Well, custom made display for sure.
yeah. It was cool.
'Cause
how he
I
did all
cannot do that
stuff.
myself. I would pay you, Ledge, if you came to my house to do that.
Do it, Crippler,
do it
now!
now.
I know. This is gonna be a good test of my resolve. Is that Cammy?
I'm sure I was on that lot. What are we talking about? Not sure.
Okay, I'm sure I was
Oh,
on that.
Critical
Yeah,
was-
Mitchell was
yeah,
there.
Critical was what did we call Critical? What did you
I started laughing. I watched the replay of it, just to
call him,
look at the Cammy and stuff. And during the Cammy stuff, it was funny because the dude came on that was sort of like just regular with the tux. And I was like, yo, that looked like Critical Mass in '85. And then Fatal was like, dude, looked like Old Man Miles Morales. I was like, y'all gonna leave Critical alone. But he's such a good sport. But it was so funny.
we all cut on each other like that. That's what we do when we're boys, you know?
Yeah. It was so much fun.
If we're not ragging on you, it's because we don't like you.
We probably won't talk to you.
Right.
You know what's crazy? Mr. X caught on to that like super quick, dude, and because we started to get into a
Well,
little
he's
bit.
Starting to rag on him too.
Yeah.
He's an asshole too, so he's right in. He fits
He
right
totally totally gets it. So he's like, no, I could tell that you guys like if y'all not ragging on each other and stuff like that, then I would, because they always say if you ain't got nothing nice to say about it, don't say it. And we brought up a certain person and he just didn't say anything.
Right.
Remember what he
that
said?
speak volumes, yeah.
He said, I if one motherfucker asks me how tall I am when I see them in real life, I'm like, the first question I'm asking you, buddy.
You know what I'm going to ask you, Mr. X.
I was about to say, you know what we're going to ask in July.
You know, we're going to ask you now.
I just
We're
think
gonna
it's
harass
so
you.
crazy that so many people make a big deal because he's 6'3".
Yo,
No, I think it's a bigger deal
They're
because
just surprised.
we're surprised because we don't know how we just see each other through
we're
screens,
all from
you know what I mean?
here up. You know what I mean? So it's like,
When I see everyone, I just assume everyone's my height. Like without knowing, I don't look at someone and go, unless they're like disproportionate or something, right? I'm like, that guy's probably my height. And that's what I always assume. Like,
Actually, R2D2
then
is taller than me back here.
what's taller?
R2's taller than me.
Oh, R2.
Kevin's
Oh,
not
like,
sitting
run
down.
What if he just jumped off his chair and you saw a little body run over to the R2D2?
Hey, if we're bored one night, you can toss me. It's all good. We'll have a fun time.
Don't say that, Kevin. Don't say you can toss me.
Oh, man.
So I'm just going to mark his words verbatim. If you're
No, right.
bored one
Mark
night,
it.
you can always toss Kevin.
You know, there's so many things I want to say, but out of respect for Adam on Sunday, I'm not going to.
Dude. But that's to your
Wait,
point.
wait,
I think
wait.
that's why people do get surprised because everybody just assumes everybody's a neutral height. And when you see him for the first time standing, you know,
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, I assumed you were this. That happened to me at a company event where we all, you know, we hired people remote, right? So then when we got together for the first time and seen all of these people that you thought was tall or normal were like really short and some were really tall. It's like, yo.
I'm
And
so
then that's when you,
jelly of people that could work from home. I wish I could sell cars from home.
that's the thing. Before that happens, AI will just sell all the cars.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, I know exactly.
Kevin works right out of that office right there. Look at that.
Yep. And I have to be on filters the whole time, or it's a 15-minute opening conversation. What else going on behind me?
Remember when we asked Mr. X if he had a filter on his face?
That fool was looking young as heck, dude.
Man, you got makeup on? What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Nah, he was a good sport about everything. It was fun. So
Yeah,
go check that out. It was.
I can't wait to hang out with these fools, all of y'all, everybody on this
Actually,
panel at the con.
Crippler and I talked, and I think we agreed that we're going to make it a once a month little party night, get together.
Yes.
Open
Cool.
first, I'll throw out invites. First,
That'd be cool.
people to RSVP, secure a spot, and we'll do it. We'll make it once a month and just get stupid.
Yes,
That'd be a
this is
blast.
going to be awesome. So the whole point behind that is sort of like reach out, get to meet more people. Like we'll have our core show that we always do, but once a month, like the last show of the month, it's just sort of like a bunch of people that we normally just don't get to talk to and make it a supersized show, and we could recap the things that happened during the month. And all of this other stuff. I think it's going to be super fun.
It'll be
keep
like our
it'll keep our shows-
Voltron episode where we all merge.
Yeah, where we all all and me and
Yeah,
Shane
this
was talking.
thing.
We got some really cool people lined up for that. So
Yeah.
This thing right here, Kev.
What thing?
I love
I
him.
love Shredder.
Woo.
Love him.
Love
So
him.
cool.
He's upstairs. He's just menacing. I love this one.
Let
And
me ask you guys
shout out to
something.
Ant for sending out the new sword
Yeah.
belt.
That's
That
what
was
he's
awesome
holding
of
right
him.
now. Yep. Or no, excuse me. That's what's on his belt right now. Yep.
Very cool.
You guys, everyone seems to love the statue, which, by the way, I think it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you could tell me what's the thing you love the most about it, one thing, and what's one thing that you would change, alter, or remove or add, one thing you'd change.
The cape is what I love the most, I believe, and the blades.
Yeah, I really dig on the helmet. I've stared at the detail around that
Me
helmet
too.
so much.
Yep.
It screams Shredder for me. A mix between of what we saw originally in the comic book series and kind of more modern day Shredder. So it's got an edge.
What the hell are these wires doing?
Yeah, I think he looks more badass than a lot of the times I've seen him in some recent stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not the cartoon Shredder.
No.
Yeah, get your wires under control there, Adam. Man.
Look at it. There's another one over there. I'll get it.
Yeah, geez, amateur hour.
No, Keeses, it's just red is the best color. That's all.
Slifer just looked at your shit wire management and unsubscribed.
Unsubscribed. He's like, this is a hack channel.
He's like, what is this shit?
What was Ben Hizzle saying? What's your most wanted older statue that you would like to add to your collection? Mine is the Sideshow Galactus bust.
What is the
It's been a
most
while since I've
wanted
seen that.
older statue?
Fuck, I pretty much bought everything I ever wanted.
Mine's
Well,
a Storm.
I guess maybe like an XM Storm.
Same.
Oh,
Actually,
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I would pick over XM Storm is Imaginarium Arts Megatron. I have never seen that statue in the 5 years it's been out. I've never seen one time it for sale in the aftermarket. Never. With all the groups I'm in and everything. It's fucking crazy.
I would like the Sideshow Rebel Terminator. I really like that statue. The Rebel Terminator. It was the female Terminator looking statue.
Cool.
She was holding her like her gun or something.
Little
over
museum pose.
Yeah, it's an old school one.
What about you, Kev?
Oh, I think, yeah, it'd probably be that Storm for XM. But if I went real old school with my Star Wars stuff, Sideshow did the 1-to-1 bus. I would love to have that Gamorrean or Admiral Akbar. Those two I missed a long time ago, and they're
really
impossible
surprised you
to
don't
find.
have them with all the years you've been collecting that you didn't find them for yourself.
The price is a little higher for what I would ever expect to
It's
spend
not
on it
worth it.
anymore, so it's not worth it.
Okay. And Crip,
Now I want a
you go with
black
Storm?
suit. I want a black suit Storm now, though. I need somebody to come up with a dope black suit Storm now, because that's the classic one right there, dude.
Kisa, you see what Kisa said?
we keep
Oh, my bad. We're hitting at the same time, but where'd it go? Jeez. Are the cock matching backgrounds on
Cock
purpose?
X collector's table.
Matchy.
No, I told him it's just red is the best color. You know
What
I
the
mean?
hell is that?
So-
And then set up clean. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Well, that's it, guys. We're going on 3 hours here. Let me go get back with my family so I don't abandon them.
I'm gonna eat
And,
some breakfast and then
Yeah, it
shower
was a
and
good
shave.
show. We talked about a lot of good stuff.
This was a really, 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 really fun show.
Appreciate it, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Waking up just to talk statue shit with the homies is the best.
Yeah, thanks to Crippler for waking up and coming on. It's always
Hey,
a laugh.
no, and if you ever want to have a show over 3 hours, just invite me because I can't stop talking.
It's all good, man. It's all good. We just love talking about this kind of stuff, and we appreciate having you as usual. If you guys haven't already, go over right now and go subscribe to Constructive Outrage and Crippler and Shane's channel over there. Great channel. That is like I was saying earlier, it's like the Jerry Springer of our collecting community. And I say that obviously.
Well, all love.
It was, yeah.
It gets wild.
But it's fun. That's the late night channel where you put the kids to bed.
It's a nice way to break up the week. I'm over there on Wednesday night, man.
I think people are so, that being said, I think people are so busy getting offended nowadays. It's just good to have a release and not give a shit what we talk about without being censored. So
that is
great
great.
channel
And
over there.
You get Darth Rashid over there. You get Critical Mass, Anthony Kennedy, and your vision as well. Of course, with Shane and myself. So come check us out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, anything else before we head out?
No, good. Thanks for everyone joining us.
Thank you,
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here on the Collector's Table Live, where every collector has a seat. Thanks, guys.